Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, that was interesting. So I set the stream up for 10, and then I was going down and just making some adjustments and things, and I looked down at the computer and it still said 9 something or whatever. And so I'm like, I'll go ahead, take it slow, and don't jump into it right away. Well, apparently I had reset the date system wrong, and it's reporting the hour and the hour, not the time. And so it said 9:09, and now it says 10:10. So I got to fix that. And we got somebody who jumped on. Hello there. How's it going? All right. No problem, Quint. Let me turn on audio so everybody can hear you. All right, say something. Oh, man, my desktop audio is not working. This is why I try and have people on before we start. Actually, let me go ahead and try one more thing here. All right, yeah, I'm not picking. Go ahead, say something again, Quint.
Hello, this is Quint.
Hey, you are working. All right. I wasn't sure if audio was working. Greetings. How are you, man?
I'm fine. I have to go at 10:30 just to let you know.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. This is just kind of a celebration stream, so jump on in and say whatever you want, I guess. And if anybody else wants in, go ahead and send me an email to stream@switchedtolinux.com. I will email you the Hangouts link, and of course, we can have, I don't know, up to 6 or so people. Ben, I sent you one, and Pizza, I sent you one on the email you sent. I was not sure if Pete was jumping on, but hi, Quentin, how's it going?
I'm fine. Yeah, as you know, I'm a new Patreon, or not Patreon, Think Life Media.
Think Life Media supporter. Awesome. Yep. Very cool, man. Well, thanks for jumping on. And yeah, I was working on getting the comment system working over there. So when we have the patron-only streams, those are generally 7. I was just busy all day today, so I didn't get a chance. So welcome, man.
Okay. Did anybody else on yet?
Nobody else has jumped on yet. So, like I said, I sent out a couple of links, and I haven't heard back. If I knew how tight it was on time, I would have pushed the show back a little bit. But 'cause I'm a little disorganized today, so that's all right. So, are you on Linux, Quint?
Yes, I am. I'm on Fedora.
Fedora. All right, my favorite Linux distro. All right, cool.
My favorite. Here's the infamous Mac I always talk about right here.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool.
It'll make a nice head smasher.
Yeah, there you go. That works. Hey, sometimes that's what Macs are for, right? But they work well. So you like Fedora. What do you like about Fedora the most?
I'm the opposite about you. I like rolling release.
Okay.
So I always like to have the latest features.
Okay, cool. And do you like the GNOME desktop as well, or are you running a different desktop?
Yes. I like GNOME. I'm sorry, I disagree with all of your desktops and distro choices.
Cool, that's all right, man. That's cool. All right, how do you feel about Elementary OS?
It's nice. It looks like Mac, but it looks like the old Mac style, which I don't like, and you can't customize it.
Yeah. Somebody in the comments says you have dark mode turned on.
Yeah, sorry, the lighting's very bad.
No.
I can do like this.
No, it's actually fine. It's actually cool. It's actually fine. Don't worry about it.
I also don't have a very good webcam. I'm probably going to get a better one. This is just some cheap Logitech 720p webcam.
Which one? Is it the cheap one you can buy at Walmart?
Yeah, I bought it. I think I got it off of Amazon though.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I got the one you're seeing me through is the 615, which is a 1080p. It's not quite as good as the 920, but it's a decent webcam. It's a little bit more expensive though. So let's see that. Let me see if I have. I'm going to check through the comments, see who's talking over here. If there's anything else you want to say, just go ahead and jump on and say it, man.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so Mike, woohoo, 20K. Yeah, I woke up this morning and it was 20K. I was thinking I might come close to it last night, but about 1 in the morning when I turned everything off, it was still like 19,900, and I think it was 93. So that's cool. Daniel's on. Hey, Daniel, do you want a link? I think I have your email in here somewhere. Let me know if you want a link, and I will go ahead and send it to you. Let me scroll down and see if he asked for one already.
I have a question for you. I don't know if this is possible. Would it be possible to install a Linux desktop environment on a Mac and then launch Mac applications from it?
Not that I know of, but I am not completely sure.
Yeah, because I like GNOME a lot better than the default Mac UI.
Hey.
Well,
Okay.
finally made it in.
Ben, how's it going there?
Going well, Tom. How about you?
Very good. Ben, or not Ben, Dan, I just sent you a link as well since I had your email address in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Tom, a little bit about my Linux history. I started back on 8.04 of all things. Maybe before that, back in 2007, 2008. It was back on JU Linux. No, it was JU Linux 0147, which was based on Ubuntu 8.04. And was back in my opinion, the better days of Ubuntu. Because now, in my opinion, it's a cluster F, and it's not going in a very positive direction, if you ask me. But, I mean, I saw your review on the latest theming that they have and the newest Ubuntus. And I have to be honest, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
The way they're going, it's crap.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's my opinion. But
I would have been really happy if they just continued with Unity 7. I thought Unity 8 was a train wreck, but
Unity, in my opinion, was good, but it was about the time Unity first came out that I ventured off into other things and eventually just ended up on Gen 2 and was happy. And I've been happy ever since, but just all that blasted compiling just takes forever. And I'm looking into other venues now, and that's the whole reason why I jump around from thing to thing to thing, because I haven't really settled on something that isn't as heavy to compile and isn't as heavy to throw together. So I'm leaning towards maybe Mint or Xubuntu, because I do have a Hackbuntu remix out there that I've tried, and it's based off Ubuntu Mate 18.04. But I haven't really chosen something yet. But nonetheless, Matthew Moore sent me the link on Google Drive to Ubuntu 18.10's themes that just recently released today. And he said he likes them, so I'm going to try them out and see how they go for me.
This is part of the reason why I use Fedora, is because I can get all the latest software without having to like compile the system myself.
Yeah, I kind of don't hate the way Gen 2 works, but the problem is that I am just so tired of having to do it over and over again that, you know, I'm just not feeling interested in it anymore.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you know, the thing I like about Gen 2 is that I can add whatever I want into it without having to go through a whole lot of stuff. But, you know, at the same time, it does take a good while to compile software and all that sort of stuff. So,
Ben, what's your thoughts on Sabayon, which is basically a quick installer for Gen 2?
Well, the problem with it is it's a great distro. It's not bad. It's just Sabayon. I found their packages really slow to pull down, and they're not fast enough. Well, you see, in the past, I don't know about now, but in the past couple of releases that I've tried, like a couple of years ago and recently, they've had really slow repositories. I don't know if it's like their servers are crap or what, but honestly, they're really slow. I mean, that's what's bothersome to me, is the fact that their repos are slow. I don't know if they're like powered by tortoises or what, but honestly,
it's
they're
little
just,
hamsters.
yeah, something like that. I don't know, Tom, but honestly, dude, I found their repositories are just junk. And
Okay.
even calculate was faster than that. But that's just me. I mean, I've always found them a little bit laggy, so I don't know. I mean, I've always just found Savion really slow to get going initially.
All right.
Okay.
But go
Can I
ahead.
talk about my brief history of working with Linux?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask what you do with it. Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
using Linux probably since like late 2016. That's when I got into the Raspberry Pi, and that's really what introduced me to Linux.
Mm-hmm.
And then shortly after that, I started finding the limitations in Raspbian, and I decided to go for desktop Linux.
That's cool.
I think the first distro I used, I wanted to say it was Ubuntu 1604, but I'm not exactly sure.
1604 was, in my opinion, a great release. There was nothing wrong with it. But ever since I've migrated to 1804 somewhat,
Mm-hmm.
hasn't really been very positive. That's why that's another reason why I keep falling back to Gentoo, because it tends not, in my experience at least, it doesn't crash or mess up as much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have tried Fedora in the past to give, our little friend here to give to give our new guy Quint a little credit, but I've found that I just have problems with getting it going, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. It takes commitment, and I very much applaud you for running Fedora and keeping it running, because that's hard to do. It really is hard to do.
Yeah, it is not.
I want to say hello to Daniel. Daniel jumped on. Hi, Dan. How's it going?
Hey, Dan.
Are you on? Well, Dan's kind of on. We can't hear him yet, I don't think. Can we hear you, Dan? I don't think we can hear Dan yet. Anyway, go ahead, Quint.
So yeah, after that, I started just playing. I was running them all on VMs then, because the only computer I had then was a MacBook Air for schoolwork.
Yeah.
I just ran everything in VMs.
Yeah.
And then I just started exploring other distros. I remember I explored Zorin OS a little bit, and that's when I sort of learned about the whole like material design UI, like the paper icon themes or whatever.
The Papyrus, yeah.
Yeah, as you see here, I have my system customized to be very material design. You can see all those icons on the side there.
Oh, yeah.
Is that GNOME?
Yes, this is GNOME.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
he's the opposite of me, so which is cool, You gotta find what works for you.
I have everything all organized into folders. I know that probably bothers you, Tom, but I just like to have everything all organized.
No, actually, if I had to run GNOME, that's probably exactly what I would do, because I was the guy, the thing that I hated the most, the thing, believe it or not, that drives me the most crazy about Windows 10 outside of the privacy collection is you can't customize that stupid start menu. For crying out loud. It looks like a giant bloated app menu. If you look at my Windows menus classically through the years, now I fixed a lot of people's computers in the day, as you imagine. So as I turned on people's computers, and you ever click on somebody's start menu, because you know about computers, they don't. You click on somebody's start menu, and you just see this mass of everything that's ever come near their computer.
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
So I literally had mine down to simply 4 menus: system files, program files, media, and I think I had one other link in there. That was it. And it was so clean and so wonderful. And Windows 7 destroyed the ability, because I used to have one that called programs. You couldn't do that in Windows 7 or Vista.
Tom, I've been pushing, almost like trying for so long to get my parents over to Linux. And I'm not a kid in my house. And I've been trying so hard to say, Mom, Dad, you guys need to get on freaking Linux. and my dad, he works for the school here. He used to be the GM guy of IBM, and IBM has always been big supporters of Linux, as I'm sure you're aware. But the problem is, he himself, is so used to the Windows environment that he is not sure he wants to do it, and that sort of thing. And my mom, oh my God, she doesn't know the first thing about setting up a computer. She doesn't. All she does on her machine is all she does is Facebook and occasionally check email. That's really all she does. Other than Rosetta Stone, that's all she does.
Yeah. Last time I was at my mother's house. Go ahead, Quentin. I'm sorry.
You could get them to use KDE or Cinnamon. Those look like Windows to me. That's part of the reason why I don't like those, is because I don't like Windows. I like Mac more.
Yeah, my mom knows what Mac is. She knows what Windows is, but she's like completely benign to what Linux is. I mean, she knows somewhat Mac is, but she doesn't know how to use it.
My favorite story. This summer, I went over to my mother's computer. Every now and again has problems, and so I'll stop by and fix her computer every time I go near her house. And I was traveling with a friend of mine. We were going out to a park in that old town, and we stopped by, and I'm cleaning stuff up, and my mother's like, "All right, how do I delete email?"
Even my mom knows how to do that.
My friend's over there going, trying not to bust up.
Laughing. Yeah.
I'm like, you just highlight it and push this key called delete.
Yeah. Oh man. I feel so bad for your mom, Tom.
Yeah, and I was thinking, and she's got a Windows 10 computer, and it sucks, and it just doesn't work right. And I'm just like, want to just wipe the thing out.
Tom, is because I game. That's the only reason I still have it around.
That's a good reason.
If, Origin games and Blizzard and things like that, all these high-end gaming companies would move their crap to Linux, then I wouldn't need it. But unfortunately, if the gaming world was more open on Linux, then I would do it. But like as a daily driver, but unfortunately, until it gets more and more gaming friendly, it's going to be hard.
So
Kitty's up here. Yep, go ahead.
So basically, after that, I started experimenting with more rolling release distros like Fedora. And then it was for Christmas of last year, I guess, I got this computer. This was my first Linux computer here.
Oh, cool.
Groovy, man.
Hey, Dan, how's it going?
It currently
got me?
Yeah, we got you now.
I had Fedora on it originally. And then after that, I wanted a more powerful system, so I got the system that I'm currently running now, which is it's a Lenovo ThinkStation S20, but then it's a few years old, but then I put a bunch of new stuff in it, and it's fast.
How much new stuff did you put in it?
I put 20 gigs of RAM in it. It had 4, so I added 16.
Wow.
Unlimited desktop.
How much RAM does it support? I know the best computer I have only supports 16 gigs for laptops.
Yeah, and some operating systems will not go above like 8 gigs of RAM.
This is a desktop system.
Oh, it's desktop. I'm sorry. I was thinking it was
this is it. Here it is right here if you want to see it. It's very nice.
Nice. Very
I never
cool.
had any issues with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have made that more clear. I'm sorry.
Did you put an SSD in it?
Yeah, it supports up to 24 gigs, I believe. So I put 20 in it.
Did you put an SSD in it?
No, I put a hybrid 1 terabyte drive, and
it's not a bad choice.
Yeah, I put a new graphics card in it.
Nice. So you could do full out all video editing on that.
Yeah, I mainly just want to try to compile Android. I've really wanted to do that.
Good luck. Oh Lord, have fun with it. I mean, really try it. I was trying to do Copperhead, which is of course a modified Android. Now, the problem I have had is the Copperhead system is just too screwed up, which is why it's not defunct. But cool, yeah, do it.
Speaking of Android, Tom, I was trying to, I tried to root my dad's old S7 Edge that he gave me, but the problem was it's a Snapdragon model, so it was not going to work.
No, I tried one of those once.
It was not fun, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, it doesn't support ROMing the dang thing, and it's just stupid.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have the Pixel 2, which I regret getting now because Google probably has all my data.
Well, the good thing,
Oh.
well, Quint, I run the Nexus 5X. The reason is the Google phones are some of the best phones for what you can do with it. So as long as you're allowed to, the Pixel is the easiest to put lineage on.
There's there's lineage for the original Pixel. This is the Pixel 2. There's no
Pixel 2? I thought there was.
It's
Maybe
not
there's
too late for you. Save your data. Mine's
Yeah,
in
save
another
your data.
galaxy already. You can do something about yours.
Yeah.
And it has all these like specialized like photography chips in it, so it's like almost impossible to make a ROM for it.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
All right, let me look. I'm going to look at the lineage system.
Yeah.
Well, I looked at it before. It's the original Pixel.
Yeah, there's the Pixel XL.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. If I get another Android phone by chance, I'm going to go with the Google one, truthfully, because I heard they're easier to work with.
yeah, I'm not. I think my next phone might very well be a flip phone.
I have a couple around here. All I need's a battery for them.
I have a couple. I have a Samsung Alias 2, which is actually awesome. That's what I throw on there when I'm in between
If you
smartphones.
get a battery for them, you can turn them back on.
Well, here's the thing. Last time I activated that, Verizon said they are going to stop the ability to activate those old types of phones.
And here's the sad part. Samsung, they will not even allow you to downgrade them anymore.
Like down, Oh, I know. That's why I stopped using Samsung phones. It's like, no, I don't want to push the update. I'm happy with where the phone is right now. So
Right, and they don't even allow you to restore through Smart Switch no more, which is pretty sad. So.
Okay, so Linux user says Pixel 2 will be added to the build roster soon. He's heard. So keep an eye out for it. It might come soon.
I will.
I had a good question up here. Go ahead, Went.
So, how do you activate it with the carrier though? If it's not,
it's just the same
on the network.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. There's no difference. In fact, unless they see the boot screen, they may not even notice the difference because, like, I'm running.
Unless you take it into the store, which is very ever rare for most people.
Yeah,
they won't even.
So, like. I mean, here's what mine looks like. I mean, well, there's for you guys on the stream, or these guys on the Hangouts. This is for these guys on the stream.
Oh, wow.
It is. I mean, it just looks exactly like Android. You wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, no one would know the difference. They'd think that's just a wallpaper.
Yeah, and that's. Well, we're losing you there.
It's phone model, so I don't know if that would like cause any issues or anything.
We missed the first part of that. What was that again?
This is a carrier locked model. This is a Verizon locked model.
Yeah, so you will not be able to unlock the. Well, actually, no. Verizon, as long as you're still making any payments or it's not on any payment plan, then Verizon's unlock. I think 60 days after you make your last payment, Verizon always unlocks. The one carrier you never want to buy your phone from is AT&T. They perpetually lock the devices and do not let you unlock them.
Some of the phones have what's called a fuse byte in them, and once they blow that fuse byte, the phone's done. It's married to that carrier.
Yeah.
I think AT&T does that, but Verizon does not.
Yeah, Verizon don't. AT&T, American thugs and thieves, they'll get you either way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sprint is not very lenient about that one.
Yeah, I don't know much about Sprint or T-Mobile.
Yeah, and I heard they're merging actually towards the end of this year, early next.
What's happening to all our phone choices? We had tons of them a couple years ago.
Hey, you can still go to Walmart and buy a Net 10 and
Yeah, but what carriers are on?
Oh, they're on AT&T and Verizon.
See, you can't run from them.
Yeah,
you can't do a whole lot with these carriers no more.
That's
like weird, like. Sub-use the major networks. Isn't that how all that works now?
Pizza.
Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, all the little ones just sub out for the major ones. So I'd rather probably have the sub in between because it allows you the in-between person.
Pizza, my man. How you doing?
The
Yeah,
Blues
Hey,
Brother
pizza.
edition.
Grab that anonymous mask, pizza. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see.
How do I? What I'm doing, guys, is I'm clearing out my Google Drive right now. I'm just clearing out
fun.
all the huge files and stuff. 'cause
Hello?
it
Yep.
feels like I gotta run.
Hello.
Hey, pizza. How's it going?
Hi. Sorry for the delay. My internet went out.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
Comcast.
Yeah,
Mine
you
does
know.
that weekly.
Yeah.
I've started to have an internet outage like once a day. I'm not even kidding. Like
That's-
some random moment in the day, usually at night, the internet just goes out for like 20, 30 minutes, and I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah.
That's worse than the
That's
power
why-
going out.
Dude, that's why I have Spectrum.
You know, it's even worse than that all going out. YouTube going out. Oh, for that whole hour, man. Woo.
You know what? Last night it did go out. It went out for about 15 minutes. I could not get a channel from anywhere.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know about yesterday.
I
Drew says
about
my
10
teachers
o'clock.
are making us use Office 365. Should I be mad? Would you guys be mad? Pizza, you're required to use Office 365. Do you get mad about that?
Oh.
I'm required to, but I don't.
Don't use it. Don't get mad.
I use I use LibreOffice.
There you go. All right, Quint, what?
I have to use Word and Google Docs, even though my school, they require you to buy this $2,000 Mac, but you use all the Google services. It's like the worst combination.
What
Oh,
they,
man.
this is the big problem with our education. It's like, oh, you are required to go to bed. You know what, guys? I still have here my calculator from high school that my mother paid $100 for this stupid thing.
Yeah.
We were poor people. We could not afford to throw $100 away on a calculator. You know, even then.
$100
And we managed to do it, and we went without good food for a week to do it, you know? Like, why are these schools making you buy $1,000 computers?
And then the other thing,
That's
though, is for a calculator, for example, sometimes you don't even need it. You can download apps on the Play Store that allow you to have a graphing calculator on your phone.
I was in high school a long time ago. We didn't
I
have
know.
the internet then.
I know, I'm just saying. Now, now we can just download an app on our phone, but teachers still make you buy a calculator anyway.
Yeah.
They don't care that you can get it free on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pizza.
I was
They don't want phones in
hold on.
class.
My school is like that also, Pizza. And I asked my math teacher, can I just use an emulator? And he said, no, you can't. It's not allowed on the ACT.
So, Mike
why?
W says Fedora on a Mac, a real rebel.
It makes me
Oh god,
wonder
Google
how
Ubuntu is
these,
horrible.
all these kids in Detroit that go to poor schools that have no money, how are they supposed to even get a Mac or a computer to do their schoolwork on?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, for school, all you really need is your phone.
Your phone.
Honestly, for school, all you need is a notebook and a piece of paper.
That's how they're
Well, I
doing
mean,
it on
for
Obama
computers, though.
phones.
Techlore, how's it going? Techlore, let me know if you want a
run,
link.
You can run Office files on, because Microsoft Office is on mobile phones, and you can also, actually, now that I think about it, I have a video editing class. I can't do that on my phone.
Yeah. I don't think I can use my Colab system on a phone. I have to look into that, but I'm pretty sure I can't.
That
Yeah,
class
a lot
is the
of
only
stuff
reason I
you
have a
can-
Windows install.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there's just a lot of crap you can't do on a phone.
Well,
We're getting close.
I was able to run LibreOffice and GIMP on my computer running Android x86. Because I did this 3-day challenge with Android a while ago. I didn't make it a video. I just made it a blog post. But I got LibreOffice and GIMP running using this Play Store app called Linux Deploy, and you need a rooted phone to do this. But you can run any app on Linux on Android using Linux Deploy.
Yeah.
It's cool. I've never
Well, you
heard
can
of that
you
before.
can cheat a little bit. Use a Raspberry Pi.
Raspberry.
Yeah,
mine-
hide it in your pocket.
Yeah, mine was either the 2 or 3 model, and it died on it.
Yeah, I have. I still have a I have a Raspberry Pi Zero here. I have not done anything with. What should I do with this Raspberry Pi Zero?
Make a phone.
You should eat it. It's a pie. You should eat it.
Actually, they
Kidding.
make phones with those.
Don't eat that.
It's
That's a good idea.
doesn't taste good.
Don't eat a Raspberry Pi. That's a bad idea.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
I have.
Oh,
well,
Quint, is that a touchscreen you have on yours?
I was about to say, I haven't touched the. This is a case called the Smarty Pi Touch
the Smarty Pi.
Yeah, it puts the Raspberry Pi touchscreen and the Raspberry Pi together on the back right here.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Okay, I'm looking at. I have a Raspberry Pi.
I
Only
have-
$30.
Yeah, I have one of the smaller touchscreens. It's kind of a pain to get it to set up, and it doesn't always work well. I think you need like X server or you need Wayland? I think it's X server you need, right? Quint, you would know that. What server does it need?
I don't think Raspbian uses Wayland yet.
Pretty sure it does not.
They're pretty legacy when it comes to stuff like that.
That's right. It needs X, which what I wanted to do it for is I wanted to see if I could get a portable media center running with it, but Kodi does not have the X server, and so you can't get the touchscreen working with it as of last time I looked.
I have a Raspberry Pi right here. You can't see it because I don't have my webcam on, but it has a 64 gig SD card in it. But that SD card doesn't have an OS on it because I was using it inside the $10 phone that I'll be uploading a Save or Smash on soon. But now I need an idea. I could use it for retro games, except I can do that on my PC. I could use it as a Kodi, but I can do that on my PC. That's the problem.
You want to see how many SD cards I have? I buy so many of them. I have these two right here.
I probably buy a micro SD card every month, and then I lose it.
What do you use it for?
One that's still in the package right here. This is all for the Raspberry Pi because I have a different. I think I have Fedora ARM on one of them. I have Raspbian on one of them. I have an Android Auto set up on one of them, and then I just use the other one for various other things.
You need one of these. I got it at Michael's. I think you can get it at Walmart. Basically, it's just a bead. It's for beads, but I just kip it up, and there's my operating system. And then I can label on the front what operating systems they are. So pick up one of these.
Because the lighting is very good.
Tons of these things.
Yeah, I really do need that.
Yep. Yeah, they're like $2 or something.
God, the new Ubuntu is horrible.
Is it?
You know what? Wait a minute. I'm on the new Ubuntu, but I'm on
Ubuntu.
Okay.
I'm on
say
the
that again,
new
Dan?
Ubuntu with
I'm
GNOME.
right now using Ubuntu Mate,
Uh-huh.
the 1810 edition. I really like it.
Okay.
It works very well. The only thing I've had issues with it is the software updater and the software boutique thing they give you with it. It's got a couple of software things, but you can install the Snap Package Manager and get around all that, or just use the terminal.
I'm running Ubuntu with GNOME. It takes 10 whole seconds for programs to launch, and then it takes 2 seconds from the Show Applications button for the animation to start.
And that's
really slow.
On this laptop right here. Yeah, on this laptop right here, I have Ubuntu 18.04, but I installed the theme that they use in 18.10. You can actually install on 18.04. I don't know if you knew that. There's a Snap package called Community Theme.
Why don't you put a theme in a Snap package?
And yeah, I know, it's kind of weird.
Because snaps are taking over Linux, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I do not like it at all. I like the cursor, like the mouse cursor and the mouse loading symbol, but I do not like the icons. I ended up choosing Papyrus.
Yeah.
I like the window borders, and I like the GDK theme, but I don't like the icons.
All right. Yeah, Quint, how did you get those icons again?
Are you talking about the Papyrus icons?
Yes, and that theme from 1810. How did you get those?
Just search Community Theme on the Ubuntu store, and it
I'll look it up.
package. It's basically an entire GNOME session in a snap package.
But
Right.
why?
I don't know.
Because
What?
everyone's going Snap and it makes no sense.
I don't
have
like
no clue.
snaps.
Yeah.
I find Snap packages is too much like running apps and things, and that means that there's a lot of danger of what's packaged inside of it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the same with deb packages and everything else. Right now, I'm compiling my own piece of software, and I'm the only one that knows what's in it.
Wow.
Well, what's
Yeah.
funny though is the new Ubuntu, the GNOME Software Center, right now, it installs snaps by default if it has a snap instead of a normal package.
Oh,
Then it
that's
will
so
install
annoying.
it by default instead of the normal
Um,
package.
Yeah, I did finally wipe Manjaro off the Media PC. I am now running Linux Mint Debian Edition.
I'm on new
so-
Ubuntu, and I'm gonna be making fast looks and reviews for every Ubuntu flavor now. This is
Oh,
gonna
wow, that's more dedication I have.
I'm finding Linux Mint Debian Edition. I'm trying to put together a piece of software here. There are so many libraries missing out of that
Yeah.
that the other distros like Manjaro and Ubuntu have built into them right out of the box.
What libraries are you missing?
A whole pile of them.
Okay.
Too many to mention, put it that way, because I have to go fish for them on the internet, and
Yeah.
it's just an endless thing. I can't get this thing to run on old software.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm-
gosh, I just started rendering a video. My computer right now, holy moly. I've never seen my computer run this bad on any distro before on the new
I'm
Ubuntu.
running at 15% CPU processing right now, running two
when,
webcams.
when I was working on my fast look, the software center crashed, and on the fast look I had to open the system monitor and close the software center.
Wow.
This new
Yeah.
Ubuntu is killing my system. The old one ran just fine, 18.04. This one, just the performance just
So,
this is unusable.
Pizza, try the Mate
Hey,
or
Ben,
the
how's it going?
XFC or something like that.
No, I'm reviewing all of them.
you're
Doing
reviewing
all of them.
My memory
Your
usage is
main-
at 3.8%. Or, I mean, it's using 3.8 gigs of RAM.
All right. So pizza, you've started looking at some of those. Daniel, you looked at them. Any of the Bens? You guys running any of the Ubuntu's?
I haven't downloaded it yet. No.
Okay.
I downloaded the
Oh my God.
Kubuntu,
Both-
but I haven't done anything with it yet.
I moved into the
Both of my
Mate.
CPU cores are at 100%.
Oops.
Both CPUs are 100%. Wow, crazy. I think Quinton had to go, so later, Quint.
This
Oh,
this
nope,
is
Quint's back.
unusable.
I thought you might have had to go. It was past 10:30. So.
Sorry, my thing went out.
Oh.
I was trying to open the shell so I could, or the application launcher so I could see my CPU percentage, but it just completely glitched out. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah, mine OBS reports are CPU percentage down at the bottom,
Okay.
so I can actually see it.
My oh, this is funny. My uBlock.
Okay, what?
Hold on, Pizza. Quentin's talking.
My uBlock organ in Chromium before I was running.
What? I know.
Before I restarted, it was blocking 1,000 requests on Google Hangouts.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, Pizza, what?
Yeah.
All right, pass over. Who's next?
I'm
Ben,
sorry,
other Ben, you just jumped on. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. This is you might do something like this with a Pi Zero. This is mine. It's got a little e-ink display and it reads the Z pool status for my NAS.
Nice. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I was thinking of the various things you could do with it. One of the things you could do is you could do like on my NAS. I actually have a book server. So if you're on my network, you can access any book that I have in my ebook library directly from your browser, and you can download it to your device. Well, you can actually do a similar thing, broadcasting a network. So you've seen the community libraries. You could literally put one of these up with a listed place to say, hey, access the Wi-Fi here, and then people could upload books or you can download books. So it's basically like an e-free sharing library. That's a cool application you could do with a Raspberry Pi. You need to, of course, have it hidden somewhere where somebody can't steal it, but, you know.
My gosh, this Ubuntu build, it's unusable. How could they release this?
Which one is that pizza?
It's GNOME.
I thought you were running
I'm
Element.
on 18.10, the normal one.
Pizza jumps based on what's out this week.
Move
I was
on to any
yesterday,
other
or it
one.
was
I've looked at
actually
all of
2
them.
hours ago.
Did you made that video that was about elementary or whatever, the latest version?
Yeah. I actually really like the new Elementary. It's one of my new favorite distros, actually. There's
Really?
only a couple problems with it.
What's wrong with you? There's a couple problems with it. It's the entire GUI. It's the terminal. It's
I
the.
can't hear anything you're saying.
Hey, I'm
Really?
a Mac user and I don't like elementary, so that tells you something.
No, it's good for who it's good for. I
Dude.
guess it's just not my favorite.
One of the things you need to do in Element is
Dude,
when I saw
everyone on my system right now, everyone's map.
Whoa, I think pizza's out. Daniel, you're having good experience with Ubuntu right now, right? And you're running
Okay,
Ubuntu Mate?
I'm on the Mate.
I'm not-
Like I
I'm not-
said, it's the brand new beta one. I got you guys on here. It took me a little while to get hooked up with you guys, but I did it.
Okay.
I got a VM open with Peppermint 9 on it. I'm compiling a piece of software that's running through its thing. It's just doing everything. Plus, I have the Steam game app open.
Nice. Very cool.
And
I was gonna say,
I completely moved into
Okay,
it. I'm going to stay here
I'm
for a
having
while.
this issue right now with Hangouts. Dude, it takes like 10 whole seconds for it to alt-tab when I alt-tab.
Wow.
And that's on Ubuntu.
Can you guys still hear me?
Wow.
I'm
I'll
having
have to-
issues with
Yeah, I
Hangouts.
can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you. I think you're getting delayed because you keep on jumping in when someone is in the middle of talking. So I'm not sure.
Sorry,
if that,
sorry
if-
if-
I bet that's probably what it is. But that's okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, sorry if I interrupt you, because no, sorry. if-
everyone's
if I
interrupting. This is why
interrupt you, because
teleconferences
it's
go,
not,
right?
it's not me being delayed. It's that you're being delayed, and it's it's you being delayed, and it's also because audio keeps cutting out for me.
Huh. Okay.
So hold on, I'll be back later. I need to fix this.
All right. See you, man.
So what I was gonna say is you should set the custom command thing for the elementary hot corners. You should set one to do sudo rmrf no preserve root.
That would be fun. Just don't put your mouse too close to that corner. The corner of death.
It's like Suicide Linux, but worse.
Yeah. Which, by the way, my code of conduct stuff is back on the merch store. That was basically they said, yeah, it was an error or whatever. Because they took down 2 of them on the copyright, and I know the second one had 0 issue. And so I emailed their legal, and they're like, yeah, we have no idea why that is. So they put it back up, so you can actually buy the code of conduct stuff from the shop again.
Yeah, speaking of the merch store, can you update the coupon codes on Think Life Media? They're all from August.
Yes, and the reason I did not get to that yet is I was trying to work yesterday with getting the commenting system to work because I want to put the stream links as a comment on Think Life Media, but because I have the comment form customized to Bootstrap, for whatever reason it's preventing it from showing the comments. And so I meant to do all that update stuff yesterday.
All right, I sort of fixed it. I had
was
to
kind of
restart Firefox.
crazy. So as soon as I get to that, I will get to it. Let me see if there's anything in there that's
Are
going
you
to be
using
soon.
Hangouts on Firefox?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a beta thing.
It's a beta because WaterFox is doing the same thing, and I had issues with it too, so I switched to Vivaldi.
Wait,
I'm-
so it cuts out and it cuts out and it's delayed?
I'm currently using Firefox to display the comments, but I'm using Chromium for the actual Hangouts.
Yeah, that's how I'm doing it.
I don't know if I should.
Yeah.
I'm having 2 browsers.
Do it
The
web
next-
browsers. Make 2 of them open.
The next promotional on the store is free shipping between the 22nd and the 24th. So that's in 4 days.
Okay.
And
All
I
right,
found
I'm
out that
not
the
try
ones
using
that say
Chrome.
marketplace don't apply to my store. So I'm going to not be putting those in. So chances are we're only going to see one in there a month, which is sad. But
how I found out about you, you know, I've only been watching you for probably about 2 months now. Well, so I pretty much found out most of the Linux issues that I had, like, on my own through forums and stuff. Then one of my favorite YouTubers hadn't been uploading in like 2 months, so I wanted to find some more channels, and I came across you.
Oh, cool. And it's like, who is this raving lunatic?
Yeah.
That's what I am. I mean, I'm not that way in reality, but it makes for a good show, you know, fire screens and all that other fun stuff.
You look like my math teacher. It's the funniest thing.
His name's not Mike, is it?
What?
His name's not Mike, is it?
No, his name is Nick, but I always call you in front of him that you're his evil twin brother because he likes Mac OS and you like Linux.
Oh boy, yeah. That's fascinating. No, I went to college with a guy who looked uncannily like me. His name was Mike, and he was a narcolept. And he shared a hood with me in organic chemistry. And that is the last class. You want random chemicals floating from your hoodmate across underneath. I'm like, dude, are you awake? And what is coming out behind my hood? Because, you know, wrong things happen in organic chemistry. Explosions occur. And so, yeah, he was okay, but we had to check on him every now and again. He had this uncanny thing of narcolepsy, and it was kind of like, ooh. But, yeah, so, Cool.
Yeah, I'm probably going to drop out here in a minute.
All right, man. Well, thanks for jumping on.
I'm on Chrome now.
You're on Chrome now? All right.
Yeah, you sound
very chromy. Your glasses shine, too.
Firefox for Hangouts.
What's that?
Don't use Firefox for Hangouts.
Yeah, I always use Chromium for it, personally.
At first, I actually thought that it was an issue of my distro because both my CPU cores are at 99%, and this is all I was doing.
Wow.
Well, Pizza, Vivaldi works pretty good, but the little boxes where you see the people on the bottom, there's a slide bar so you can enlarge those and see everybody.
The reason I use Chrome is with a signed-in account. That's why I use Chrome, because I need to sign in. But I use it for syncing bookmarks between my house and school, where if I'm at school and I could bookmark something and then continue off where I was at home. And also, it's the only way to install extensions at school through a Chrome account. They block the web store, but they can't block the sign-in, so...
Yeah, that's good.
You have a real mess there at that school of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Johnson says, don't drop out, finish school. All right?
Yeah, whatever it takes, man.
Yeah, my CPU is currently at about 30% usage, and I have an Intel Xeon that's like at 3.20 gigahertz, so this is definitely using a lot of CPU.
Yeah.
I have an Intel Pentium.
I'm on a Ryzen 5 1600.
A Pentium.
I'm on a Pentium 3 something. I think
my first computer was what was that? It was it wasn't the Pentium 5, it was the Pentium 6. That thing had 100 amazing megahertz of processing speed. Okay.
My first computer I worked on was an x86 with 8 megahertz processor.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the first computer I had. It was a grayish, you know those Dell laptops that exploded?
Oh yeah.
I had one of those. That was my
nice. Exploding laptops. What was it made by Samsung? I mean, what?
Well, mine never exploded. However, we had to get a new one because whenever we plugged it in, this smoke smell would come. Like there wasn't smoke. Well, there was sometimes, but it would smell really bad.
Oh yeah.
When I started charging, we ended up getting rid of it. We ended up getting rid of it, and I got a desktop, and my mom got a Mac.
Nice.
And the desktop, I was trying to play Minecraft on it, but I couldn't get it to work. And then we tried putting a graphics card into this Windows XP desktop, and it completely broke the entire system. Even when we took it out and tried to go back to the integrated graphics, it just wouldn't work at all. So we ended up throwing it away, and I had to share that Mac with my mom for like 2 years until I got my own PC.
The motherboard that's on my mouse pad is that was that old thing where just the integrated graphics died. So kind of crazy.
But what's funny is that putting a GPU killed the integrated graphics. That's what's funny.
Crazy. Ben jumped out. Huh? Come back, Ben. All right. First was a refurbished Acer. Somebody had a Commodore 64 first. I remember those. Those were old. First computer I had was on a Z80.
My first OS was Windows Vista. And then my second OS was Windows XP.
Yeah, you started on Vista. That's crazy. Hey, there's Ben. Ben, you're back.
Sorry about that. Something went weird.
What's funny? Sorry.
Yeah, my first was probably Windows XP. Then it was Windows 7. I don't think anybody in my family upgraded to Vista because it was so bad then.
What's funny is I thought XP was newer than Vista because I was an idiot when I was like 6, and I was trying to get the Vista theming on XP with Arrow and stuff. I tried so many things,
Windows
and I may
ME.
or may not have gotten several viruses trying to get it.
We had one ME computer in our lab, and nobody would ever touch it. It was hilarious.
It was Blue Screen City.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly it.
It was a driver nightmare. They created it. None of the hardware manufacturers actually made drivers to work with it. They assumed the Windows 98 drivers would run forever.
They sort of half worked.
Yeah, they half worked. That's the way it was.
Yeah, and the other half of the screen was a blue screen of death. The only reason it wasn't all blue is if the driver crashed.
Right.
So
Country Fried Linux says Vista forever.
So yeah, then after I had my first computer was a Windows 7 desktop. Like the XP machine was my parents. That I'd be like 6 months. Then I finally got a computer. It was an HP Pavilion desktop. It was from like my 8th birthday it was from like my 6th birthday or something. And then that computer lasted a while. And then finally I wanted like a more compact system, so I got a Surface RT right here.
Ooh, yeah.
Probably the worst computer I've ever owned.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the issue with it is that you probably can't see it on camera, but there's a tiny crack right here. I think my brother probably stepped on the computer, and it's in the bezel, and the entire touch screen went out.
Yeah, wave for Microsoft.
I had sorry.
Plus, since it's a Surface RT, so I couldn't even get Google Chrome on it. I was stuck to Internet Explorer for 3 years.
Yep. I have a Surface Pro 1 as one of my 2 writing computers. I have 2 different dedicated writing computers.
I had this Chromebook, and one day I tried to install Linux on it, but to do that you have to take out the write protection screw so you can overwrite a BIOS that lets you off USBs. So when I was doing that, I opened up the Chromebook from the bottom with the screws, and I accidentally forgot to unscrew the screws, so I cranked the bottom of the screen out, and then the screw was still stuck in there. But it didn't actually kill the laptop, surprisingly. There's a crack next to the Intel sticker, but that's really all that happened.
Wow, lucky.
So then I tried to take the write protection screws, so I didn't have the right screwdriver, so I ended up breaking a screwdriver trying to get it out.
So pretty much, when the Surface broke, it was about to be my my first year of middle school. So you're required to have a Mac for middle school.
I'm on my second year.
In later grades at my school. So I got a MacBook Air with 4 gigs of RAM and a 1.6 gigahertz i5, and I was stuck in that for like 4 years.
That's not a bad computer, though. I still run my main development computer. I got in 2010. It was a discontinued floor model then. It's an i5. I want to say it's I don't know, third or fourth generation i5, maybe. It might be 5th, but I think it's 3rd or 4th generation.
What?
That thing still works as good out of the box today. I upgraded the RAM from 4 to 8 gigs of RAM, and most of it's been replaced, except the motherboard at some point in time. But man, that computer is a rock.
The
Yeah.
nice thing about iOS and macOS is or iPhones and Macs is the hardware compared to a Windows PC is objectively weak. However, macOS is made to run on that weak hardware, and it runs fast on the
Yeah,
weak hardware.
my Mac Mini obviously is not a very good system, but it runs just fine. It runs what it's supposed to do.
So, what Mac did you get for what MacBook Air did you have?
It was just I think it was in early 2015, I believe. My brother has it now, but it's in his room, and I'm not going to go in there because he's sleeping.
So how much did it cost?
My brother. Yeah, and also, since it was my first year, this year's my first year of high school, and so I was able to convince my parents to get a new computer since my brother's going into 6th grade. So I got this MacBook Pro here.
Nice.
Fortunately, this is the 2017 model, so I don't have to worry about the T2 chip thing, which I'm glad.
All right.
I
just looked up the price for that MacBook with 4 gigs of RAM. It says it was $1,000 at release with 4 gigs of RAM. I got my refurbished ThinkPad for $15, and it has 16 gigs of RAM.
Well, the computer I have right now that my actual laptop that I take with me around, that I got for, I want to say just at $300 because I always buy open box stuff. So I got it for $300. I had 6 gigs of RAM. I want to say that's a 6th generation i5 with 6 gigs of RAM. I upgraded it to 8, and the thing is just a rock. I mean, it's amazing. Just go Dell, you know.
Yeah.
I just released
Some
my
of the
too fast look.
Some of the i5 processors can well outperform most i7s.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so this Mac, I didn't get the touch bar. Instead, I got more storage. It was either the touch bar or more storage, and I thought the touch bar was useless.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah,
I like function keys.
Yeah, I do too. I have a whole nice row of them right at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I got 256 gigs of storage, and I believe with Apple Care and everything, this was like $2,000. It has 8 gigs of RAM and a 2.3 gigahertz i5.
Yeah, Percent Arm says you should watch Rossman videos enough to put you off Mac for life. I mean, I agree, but the school makes them do it. That's the problem. That's the problem. You know, welcome to corporatocracy.
Hey,
Dude, I just got 500 views on my BlissOS video overnight.
Nice, very cool. Which one's that?
How to install BlissOS on a laptop or PC with UEFI.
Oh, is that a new video?
Oh yeah.
No, that video's 2 months old.
Okay, something must have just happened.
I drop in and see what you're up to now and then.
Hold on, maybe a new version of BlissOS is out. Let me check.
Yeah, I don't know. Ben, you're quiet over there. What's going on?
Well,
with people going through their first laptops, mine was just to the left of me. This is an Athlon XP 1400 plus, 1600 plus.
Nice.
1.4 gigahertz, 256 meg of RAM.
Nice, very cool.
Do the kids know what megabytes are anymore?
I don't think so. I mean, you guys are geeks. I mean, come on, man.
Let's start with the byte. The byte contains 8 bits.
My classmates probably don't know what megabytes are.
Yeah.
It's 1 million bits.
People at
or bytes.
For me, some people at school are really like laughably stupid. Like even my friends who don't know what Windows is know what this is. But some people say only 17 people in the world run Linux. I know. I don't think they're serious, but they're just saying that's
17 people in this classroom run Linux. Count the Android phones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
I had a laptop in college. I had a laptop that was running Windows 3.1. And I don't remember what version of DOS or anything was on. It was an old compact laptop, but it was like, 30, 40 pounds.
Yeah, I think this one is just over 10.
What's that? How heavy was that one I sent to you? Was that like 15 pounds or 20 pounds?
No, it was the same weight. The one that I sent the shipping estimate for was the weight of the one I just showed.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that was about right, I think.
Okay, do you guys want to cringe horribly?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
My tech teacher said this. So we're in video production. I thought we were gonna do Adobe Premiere, which is why I set up a whole Windows install for the class that I don't need, that I still have around for some reason. But it ended up being iMovie, and he was talking about how great iMovie is for being free. But then,
Isn't that like Windows Media Maker or something?
What?
Is that like Windows Live Movie Maker?
iMovie, yeah, it's like the Mac version of that. I deleted iMovie.
Okay. I gotta say, Pizza, my friend's taking a video editing course right now in high school, and at least they're using Adobe Premiere.
And I thought it'd be Adobe Premiere because my school provides Adobe student accounts, so I thought that's what it was going to be. But no, they chose iMovie. And but anyways, he was talking about how iMovie is the best free video editor and then I was like, okay, well, you can't do picture-in-picture green screens. And he was like, wait, what's that? And I'm like, iMovie is not the best. Kdenlive is so much better. And he's like, what the heck is Kdenlive?
And the funny thing is, you can compile it on Windows.
Yeah, you can. You can even download it as a pre-compiled binary.
Oh, can dude, you should do that. Take it on your Windows computer and show them.
For some reason, I find Kdenlive to run extremely slow.
You have to compile it on Mac, but it sucks on Windows.
What do you, Dan? Do you use something else?
Well, I just did DaVinci Resolve flies.
Okay, that's what I haven't had a chance to look into yet.
If you can get it to run on Linux, it flies. But here's the problem: it is a real pain in the butt. It takes a couple days to get it to work.
Okay.
I just cringed because iMovie is obviously the best video editor, guys. Let's be real. It's the best.
Only works on Mac. I'm in Seattle. That's in a Microsoft town.
Yeah, that's very ironic. I actually know a lot of people who work for Microsoft, and a lot of them hate me.
Yeah.
Well, the trick with movie editors and when you're rendering is getting the editor to use the full potential of your memory and your processor. If it only if you got an 8-core processor and it only uses 2 of them, it's going to be slow.
Yeah, they're gonna you can render with all 8 cores experimentally. You just can't do anything else with all 8 cores.
Yeah. So, my school has some really stupid computer policies. They block YouTube with this clean video search thing, and if you go to cleanvideosearch.com, it's hold on, I'm gonna share my webcam for a second just to show you my computer. Hold on.
Well, you're doing that. What was that, Quint?
I deleted iMovie and GarageBand off of my Mac, replaced them with Audacity and OpenShot.
Okay.
Dude, that picture of a baby on your wall, Quint, I thought that was me for a second. I was like, oh, crap.
That's me as a baby.
Yeah, I thought that was me. I only saw it for a split second, and I was like, oh, no, I'm showing my face.
Don't you think it's a picture? That's my mom painted that picture.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Talented.
Yeah, just because I saw it really quickly. But we have to use this thing called Clean Video Search. Hold on, this isn't it. But let me go to it. It's .com. Can't type, apparently. But this is it. It's this thing, and it looks like it's from 2007. And just look. And then if you type something in, like, I noticed that my videos don't show up on this, but if I just type something in, it shows the views right here. Then when you click on it, it says 0 views, bye, and then blank. It's like they updated the API on this page, but they didn't update the API for YouTube on this page.
Wow.
What the heck? And the interface is from like 2007. And it doesn't display descriptions, which sucks because if I want to check the sources for a video we watched on like history, I have to pull out my phone and check on there.
Yeah. Hey Dan, have you run Shotcut? Or Ben, have you run Shotcut?
I have not.
What's a shortcut?
Shortcut is it's another one that's like Kden Live.
I've only run OpenShot.
What am I doing with my webcam?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, but there's two open shots. There's an older one, and then there's their new one with all the rounded edges and everything. The older one actually works faster.
Hey,
Pizza,
Pizza, you're making my live stream go out.
Okay, sorry. I'll stop.
Yeah.
Right there.
It's that was Gun's weirdness. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I haven't used that much, but so can't tell you how well it is. All right, go ahead.
When I go to college, I'm gonna send you my Mac, and then you can smash it. And I want you to do a YouTube live stream of it.
Can I do it? That'd be fun. I'm a professional at smashing stuff. Trust me, I have a whole series.
When are you smashing that dot, man?
That dot?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna smash that.
Oh man.
My mom
Alexa, order unicorn meat.
It's
Confirm.
not even plugged in.
I know yours isn't, but I'm sure somebody's got one within limits of that.
Yeah. We ordered some Nest thermostats and got a free Google Home. And I always mute it when I walk downstairs.
I had this Echo Dot, and I used it for like 3 days, and all I did with it was set alarms. And then one time, I was talking on Discord with one of my friends, and we were talking about the Silk Road, you know, that drug website on the dark web, on how the guy got caught. Basically, the guy logged into the admin control panel at a library, and it got caught on a security camera. So an FBI agent caught him, and then he tried to hire in a guy to kill the FBI agent who caught them. But then he hired another FBI agent.
Yeah. Well, actually,
so
he wasn't caught on the webcam. They knew what his due to a DNS leakage on Tor, they knew what his username and computer name was, which was Frosty at Frosty.
Anyway,
and they were able to track down the server, which was in Iceland. They got all the information, and they confirmed it was him based upon a coffee shop and library. So they were basically, the coffee shop was completely full that day, so he had to go to the library, and they had two FBI agents, a male and female FBI agent, stage a domestic fight behind the guy. He turned around to see what was going on, and another guy ran up and grabbed the computer while it was still open. To keep it open. That's how they figured him out. So it was fascinating.
So, anyways, we were talking about that.
Hello, hold on, Pizza. We have someone else jumped on. Is that Jesse? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm glad to jump on here. Glad to chat with you guys.
Very cool, man. How's it going? Are you on Linux? What's going on?
Yeah, so I actually commented on your video the other day, and I just in the email I sent you. I'm the CentOS and CWP guy, right?
Oh, okay.
So,
cool.
So yeah, like I dabbled with Linux kind of on and off since about like Ubuntu 8.04, and but I never picked it up as a desktop until just early this year, like full time. I've dabbled, used it on and off, but I always maintained a Windows computer for gaming or whatever. And then I finally took the leap of faith after Windows 10 forced an update on me in the middle of when I was hashing out some PHP code.
I remember that comment, yeah.
And it forced the update on me, and it wasn't like there was no button to click, there was no schedule of time. It was, pew, we're restarting your computer right now. And it was like 4 hours I couldn't use anything in the middle of when I was hashing out some code. So I said, I had enough, I wiped it out, and I went with Linux Mint. But yeah, so my experience is, before that, as far as servers and that, and the whole reason I started commenting on your videos was that I was using CentOS because that's what most of the data centers are using. And I started using dedicated servers, but when I brought my systems into my own house and I was trying to, reduce costs at the time because I was broke. Now I'm making money, but at the time I was broke. And I started using CentOS web panel and stuff like that, and it really... Trying to go from a system that's like point and click and it does everything for you because cPanel is awesome to something that takes some brains really taught me a lot about Linux, and especially outside of the desktop environment. That way there, you can take all those skills, and now when you have a problem in the desktop environment, I just find it so easy. It's like, oh, it's this thing.
Yeah,
oh, it's
I love cPanel, and as a webmaster that manages, you know, several dozen websites, I won't go anything other than cPanel. But man, I love the fact that I know how to build servers from scratch with nothing. So what type of code do you do?
Actually, I'm just an amateur web code guy. Basically, you know, PHP, weird stuff. I don't do a whole lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I played a little bit with C++, but I'm not so uppity on building, you know, desktop apps, just websites, and I just freelance doing stuff like that, just for you know the simpler customers, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to learn Drupal right now because I think that the WordPress 5 is going to cause a big hoofy. And so I just want to have a second thing in my plate. You know?
should learn Ghost. I literally set up my website in less than 3 hours.
The problem with Ghost is you can't run it on a cPanel system, and so it's too much overhead to run it for a standard client.
Wow.
That's why I didn't.
Back to what I was saying about my dot. We were talking about that, and then suddenly, I say the word drug, and then the dot, it just lights up for a second and then closes. And I was like, what in the world? And then after that, I was probably creeped out, and I thought, I decided to experiment a little bit. So I kept saying different words, and like bad words, like gun, stuff like that. And I noticed it kept lighting up, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Wow, that is tracking something.
And I haven't used it since.
Yeah, good call.
Kill it with fire.
Lots of fire.
Except it only happened like once a day, though. That's what's weird. It didn't do it multiple times in a day.
But it's come on, man. You read 1984, didn't you? The telescreen
I haven't
concept.
finished it yet.
Okay,
I'm only about halfway through.
Okay, then you would have gotten to this part. Remember, the telescreen could be listening at any time, but it may not be listening at any time.
Yeah.
It could be. It's just the mere fact of what it could be doing. I mean,
but that's what's weird. I just, after that happened, I was like, I knew I wouldn't get in trouble anyway because I'm just a kid and I'm not a drug dealer. But actually, though, I'm pretty sure I met a drug dealer when I was in school suspension. Because he had burner phones. He had a secret stash of weed. He was there because he brought weed to school. Because he's an idiot.
Wow. Yeah.
So wait until you got to work with them in the corporate environment, and they lay very low key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, I gotta go now.
All right, pizza. We'll see you.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't chase you off.
No.
We're
all just logging stuff.
I'm probably going to announce the giveaway winner in 2 days, so Saturday.
All right. I'm thinking I will be doing my giveaways tomorrow as my best guess. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to pull it off.
The iPad Pro X just got leaked. The bezel-less iPad. Anyways, I have to go. See ya.
All right. See you, pizza.
Right on.
Bye, pizza.
So Tom, this is probably the funniest thing. I'm the class tech support. And so
that ain't funny.
I was the class tech support when I was in school, bud. So yeah, that's awesome.
You can come over here and show me how to build a deb package.
This is the funniest thing. So I guess it was on Wednesday. This one kid forgot his login password to his computer.
Uh-oh.
So you hacked it. You pulled out Kali and hacked it, right? Okay.
So at least I knew how to reset a password in macOS. I think the reason he forgot is because he was using his Apple Watch to log into his computer. That was why.
Oh boy.
That's why he literally forgot his login password.
Let me remind you,
that's a big
Apple
problem,
ain't
though.
supposed to let
That's a huge
people
problem
in.
with our passwords is we oftentimes forget them.
I find it funny that I had a buddy, you know, he was all about, this was Windows 10, and he had his drive encrypted through Windows, whatever that means, and he, I'll just set a password on my account and you can borrow my machine for a little bit, and, you know, it's all encrypted, you can't get in there. And I'm like, okay, challenge accepted, right? And so he makes me an account on the system, and you made me an account, dude. Like, it takes about, 3 seconds to break the password on a Windows computer. You know, it's probably not much easier or harder than a Mac, I would assume.
Yeah. On a Mac, all you have to do is reboot into recovery mode. So you just basically turn off the computer, and then you push Command R and turn it on, and then you open up the terminal from there, type reset password, and then a GUI will pop up telling you to reset your password.
That is how easy it is on a Mac? Really?
I would have never guessed that the command is reset password. I would have never guessed that.
All one word, reset password. I can put a link to a video of it in the description.
Wow.
Comments. Do you want me to do that?
That's hilarious. If you got it, go for it. But wow, would have been handy when I was trying to help a friend of mine with recovering a Mac files, because it's like, yeah, I could get in there. The problem is he had encrypted his drive and didn't have his decryption key, and so I could access the drive. I just couldn't access anything on it because it was all encrypted.
Yeah. I was going to say this when Pizza was on the stream because he's in Seattle, but I have family friends who work for Microsoft, and I'm afraid to tell her that I use Linux.
Aren't they supposed to protect Linux now?
She sends me
theory
Microsoft products. Like she sent me this free keyboard right here that's very nice.
Nice.
And this free mouse that's also very nice. And then she also sent me this other like fancy Microsoft keyboard that has like a fingerprint scanner on it.
Ooh, nice. We can send all your stuff to Cortana.
Yeah, I can't use it on Linux. I can only use it on Windows.
Really? Huh.
Oh, you guys remember when you'd go to the store and buy a modem or something, and it was a Win modem, so you couldn't use it in DOS, you couldn't use it in Linux, you couldn't use it in anything else because it only worked in Windows? I hated those days. Hated it.
I don't remember those days. Hey, Ricky, how's it going?
I just literally woke up from a nap. I didn't even know there was a stream going on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Did you get it on the Proton Mail one? I have not gotten a bounce back, so maybe that Proton Mail issue is done.
Yeah,
whoa, that's a bad view there, Ricky.
Sorry.
That goes away.
I just checked my Proton Mail. It is working.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was getting bounce backs yesterday for some reason. I don't know why.
The only reason why I don't use Proton Mail is because I can't use it in an email client.
They're working on that. I haven't experimented with it much more than that.
I use Zoho. You probably know that because I've sent you emails before.
Have you? Oh, yeah, that's right. You did send me the one, which I have not gotten a chance to look at yet. Sorry, man.
You can look at it. It's a very interesting distro. You should look at it.
Yeah, I will have a look as soon as I can. Like right now, just to let you know why I'm not getting stuff done as quick as I can is I am working on converting my 2 existing books into audiobook format. We're trying to get 2 new books published by the end of the year so I can get my publishing company launched and marketed by January. So it's like...
You need to publish a book on Linux.
After we're done with these 2, the next book I'm going to do is actually on minimalism, and then I may do a privacy one soon. I have like 6 other book ideas already hashed out. The next one I'm going to do is a secular book on minimalism and simplicity, living simplicity. And I'm not going to unveil the title or anything more than that right yet, but I do want to think about doing some privacy type stuff as well. I don't know if I want to do one on Linux because I don't know nearly as much about Linux as some of the other old guys do that spent their whole life in it, you know.
I think also quote unquote Linux is a little bit of a broad topic, you know, maybe to tackle as a book idea, you know, for one man, right? Because one man never really learns anything there is about Linux unless your name's Linus and ends in Torvalds, right? Yeah. And even at that, he knows nothing about distros. So I think it's a bit of a broad topic for a book.
I don't know. Joe Collins comes pretty close.
I have this book here, the Linux Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. My gosh.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tom, I had to get rid of WaterFox. It was giving me some problems, so I went to the next best thing. I went to Firefox instead.
Ban them.
There you
They're
go.
two
That
of the
works.
same horses.
Should I use WaterFox? I use Firefox.
Yeah, you know,
Firefox is
it's.
fine.
I think Firefox is fine. You want to look at the steps to harden it down a little bit, just to make sure that like if you're security and privacy like I am focused, you want to look into all that kind of stuff. It just depends. I think Firefox though overall is still a decent browser, and that's probably the one I would use.
I mean,
the main thing is that Firefox or is there a WaterFox Quantum yet? I like the new Quantum like square tab look. That's
don't know. They might, but since I update software like when I have to, I don't know. It might.
I don't like the old Firefox look. That's the main reason I use Chrome for the longest time.
Yeah.
Chromium. Damn it, Chromium.
I'm using Chromium right now, but
I avoid Chromium for privacy reasons.
Yeah.
I avoid Chrome for privacy reasons.
Yeah.
I just have Chromium on my Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
Well,
UK. All right, who has opinions on Brave? You know my opinions on Brave. So, what are you guys' opinions on Brave?
You remember I suggested that you should use Brave. What you thought about? Remember I said that comment.
Yeah, I don't know if you've watched my old videos where I talked about the concerns and issues I had with Brave, and that's why I don't use it. Is because I think they're a disingenuous company, and that's my concern. Because the browser itself is fine. Yeah, go ahead. Can't hear you.
The main thing that I like is the cryptocurrency feature, where you can the micro payments thing. I've always thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. Now, and here's the thing: if they came out and said, "This is what we're trying to do. We're building a browser trying to upset the advertising model, and this is our entire process is to upset the advertising model. You can fund your different things, and then that gets paid out to your different people. And by us pushing the ads, it can go to support your different people." If they came out and that was their marketing strategy, I would have nothing against the browser, because that's exactly what they are. They launched out the first day they launched. They raised, I think it was $6 or $12 million in capital because they wanted to upset the ad industry, which is a good and noble goal. But the problem is that they try to force themselves out by saying we're a privacy browser, and that wasn't true, particularly when the earlier versions had session replay involved. It was collecting a lot of other data. It just like every other company, we just don't share it. I'd rather you not collect it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I don't like it. But okay, I said my spiel. You guys, I asked you guys, what's your thoughts on Brave?
I don't really have an opinion on it. I haven't used it. I just was wondering why you don't use it, because I feel like it's something that you would like.
That's why. It's because it's a disingenuous company. And if there's one thing, I just don't like that. Ricky, good?
I've tried Brave before, and I was not impressed with it. If there's anything that's closest to a little more privacy secure than Chromium or Chrome, I would say it would have to be Firefox. I mean, yes, it's not total privacy and security, but it's better than nothing, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jesse, opinions on Brave?
Yeah, well, I'm going to start with saying why I'm in cryptocurrency, right? And that's because it's made me a bunch of money in the last little bit. And that's why if you look at me on YouTube, I go by Jesse Crypto, because it is some of the content I cover. Not that I'm very active on my channel. Now, when it comes down to Brave browser and their token, which might actually get listed on a very large exchange, I mean, there's money to be made there, and I'm here to make money. I really don't have any other opinions aside from making money. Okay. But I did try the browser, and like again, by the browser itself, I wasn't impressed. But like you say, like it's exactly what they are. They're trying to disrupt the advertising market, which is great. Like the idea was great, but I've always been a little bit against the whole ICO thing that was going on in cryptocurrencies. Like they raised a bunch of money right off the bat from an asset that does not exist yet, from a business model that does not yet really exist. It's not tested. It's not tried. It's not true. They've done nothing, and they raised millions and millions and millions of dollars on hot air, and then they have to go to work to try and perform according to what they said, and they either do or they don't. And in this particular case, I think their direction is probably okay, but it's not a product that I feel good about using yet.
Okay. Dan, do you have an opinion?
Yes, I don't use it because you don't use it. That's good enough for me.
I hope I'm making the right decision.
On top of your concerns with it, I've heard other people with other privacy concerns like TechLore and, you know, all the other people that are concerned about its issues. So I never even bothered to install it because I have a selected handful of stuff that I use, and I'm stuck in my ways. I like WaterFox. It works great for me.
Hey Jesse, could you drop a comment in the channel? Somebody's looking for your channel and can find it.
Mine?
Jesse.
Jesse?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah, somebody's looking for your channel.
Just Jesse Crypto, Jessie Crypto, CRYPTO.
Okay. Yeah, somebody's looking. Good.
And by any chance for everybody in the chat there, if you guys want to check out my content, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88. I actually just put 2 other videos on my channel just about a day or 2 ago.
Very cool. Very cool.
Hey, sorry, I had to check on something. Sorry about that.
Yep, no problem. Ben, do you have an opinion on Brave?
I tried it for all of half an hour. I found it really broken, but I did like the icon, so that was something.
There you go. Now, was this before they changed to Chromium base? Because they used to not be Chromium base. I forget if they were before, but
I first heard about it in a video. I think Brian Lunduke did a video. Was it last year?
Yep.
Interviewing someone from that project, and I hadn't heard of it before then. I had it. I went looking for it, got it installed, tried it, and then uninstalled it.
Yeah, that would have been if you did it right about the time he did his interview. That was before they changed to the Chromium base. So it might be a better experience now. I don't know. A lot of people have been looking at the comments here on it. You know, Brave is an open source. One guy says, Brave cannot be fully private because it's following U.S. regulatory KYC law. I was thinking KFC, like Kentucky Fried Chicken law, but no, that's not the case. Tried Brave on Android. It was cool due to the powerful ad blocker, but it crashed after so many days, so you removed it. Brave's okay, but didn't really see a reason to run it on my system because it's not as customizable as Firefox, and Google services, the few I use, don't work properly. And that's kind of the thing.
Brave actually is open source. They have a GitHub repository.
I think parts of it were not, and I think that that's changed because some of the things, there were a few things in it that were problematic. Like, for example, the session replay stuff, which the funny thing is they removed all that from the website and from the browser after I started making a big deal about it. And I don't think I necessarily had anything to do with that. It's just funny that that's kind of what happened.
Generally, by the time you have an idea of raising an issue, there's probably, you know, a significant portion of a million other people out there that have the same idea, right? So
probably. I'm not necessarily the front leader in most things, so.
We're all fish in the sea, but we all count.
Okay, Lamarck says, are you really sure it's open source? Now, I know they have a GitHub repository. Having a GitHub repository may or may not mean it's entirely open source. I don't know enough about the software end of things to be able to comment more than that. So we have a debate going on. Lamarck says it's not open source. You say it is open source. I propose a fight. 10 p.m. tomorrow. We're having a fight. All right? Now,
Keyboards at dawn?
What's that?
Keyboards at dawn?
Yeah, you know.
So, what do you think of Mailspring? I use Mailspring on my Mac, but I use Thunderbird on this computer.
Mailspring. I have to look that one up.
Email client.
Yeah, I have to see which one that is again.
Before.
I'm Thunderbird. I'm Thunderbird for like a long time now. Thunderbird's where it's at.
Yeah. I thought Mailspring. No, I've not used Mailspring, so I couldn't give you an opinion.
It's the one that requires you to make a Mailspring ID with them. Like, it requires you to sign in to...
Yeah, that's... Okay, yes. I'm remembering that now, and I would have a deep concern about that. Because I don't want anything that would kind of force me to create yet another account. So what I use is I use Thunderbird for my auxiliary account, so that's all of my side businesses. I'll go through Thunderbird because I sort those one email per that. I use Evolution for the main business stuff because I might have 4 or 5 email addresses that all filter into one place, and then I use rules to filter those out into separate folders. So Evolution is absolutely my favorite mail client, followed shortly by Thunderbird.
I use Evolution just like you do, Tom. It's a great mail client, and the best part about Evolution is it integrates with my Google Calendar, so I could schedule in my appointments and all that stuff.
Not only that, but when you run it long enough, your screen evolves into a bunch of monkeys. So you know.
The thing I don't like the UI because it looks like Outlook. I don't like Outlook.
Yeah, I love Outlook. That's exactly why I like Evolution.
I use Thunderbird
is because it looks like Apple made. And
yeah, and if you like the Apple stuff, so that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, I did have to use Evolution.
You're freezing on us, Quint. Quint's frozen. He froze.
You know Wi-Fi is bad for security, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Tom?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay.
We're losing you again.
So you can't hear me now?
Yeah, we're good. Okay, go ahead now. Let's try it again.
Yeah, sorry, we have terrible internet. It's Comcast. It's awful.
Oh my.
That's okay, I'm Canadian.
But I had to use Evolution because I had to sync my family iCloud calendar to this computer. By the way, the rest of my family is Apple. They all have iPhones, iPads, they use iCloud services, all of that.
Well, hold on. If you're running Fedora, you should not need to use Evolution because all that stuff now syncs properly with Google, or not with Google, with GNOME Calendar.
I had to use Evolution because GNOME Calendar doesn't recognize the iCloud CalDAV URL.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Evolution. Yeah. Then you can just uninstall Evolution. It will sync automatically to the GNOME Calendar.
Yeah, that is. Hey, you gotta say, Evolution works.
Yeah, the rest of my family has Macs, iPads, and iPhones, so it's kind of hard.
Somebody just said I should.
So, you know, as much as everything we can say negative about Apple for our security reasons, their privacy reasons, their business practices, whatever, I got something positive to say about them. They have an entire cult-like following that follows them around everywhere they go, every product that comes out, and they sell billions and billions and billions of dollars of products that people don't need for purposes that they don't even know what they're needed for.
They take their perfectly good stuff that still works and throw it away to get new ones.
Yeah, so I got to give them a lot of credit with their marketing and their whole ability to create a community. And that's the positive thing I have to say about them. That's coming from me as a businessman. Right?
Yeah, hey man, you want to have, if you can get people to line up for 3 days to buy your product, you're doing a good job.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if there's any kids in my school yet that have the iPhone XS or whatever. Like, there's kids who have the iPhone 10.
How about the iPhone XS?
Yeah, but whatever it is, they all think I'm a loser though because I have an $800 phone that's an Android.
Hey, $100, man. Privacy and security focused.
It's so old, a virus won't even run on it.
Well, this is hilarious. I have a friend who works at Lowe's, right? They just like 3 months ago, upgraded their systems from DOS.
Awesome.
I said, now that you've just upgraded your stuff from DOS, you're going to get hacked left and right. But,
Yeah.
I mean, nothing could figure out how to run viruses on DOS. I mean, what is this?
I think I saw that. I saw they were using some sort of, like, I looked at the cash register screen. It looked like some
DOS.
sort of Linux-based system.
No, it was DOS.
No, but before,
DOS.
after DOS.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't know what
DOS
they're
is.
running now. I'll have to
It looks
ask.
like some sort of, I've seen it before. It looks like some sort of Linux-based system.
Do you know what the terminal looks like?
What'd you say?
You know what the
Terminal.
terminal looks like?
Yes, I do. I use it all.
DOS is the terminal only. There's
Did it
nothing
say-
else to DOS.
Did it say
I know what
and
DOS is.
backslash?
Except
Daniel, I know what DOS is.
everything in DOS goes backslash instead of forward slash like it does in Linux.
Oh, man, I could just imagine them switching from DOS to Linux. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So actually leads me into like my experience when I was starting out with computers. When I was like 10 years old, I started out with a 486, right? And I was started out with DOS 4.5, and I upgraded to DOS 5.0. And I had a bad sectors on the hard drive where my Windows 3.11 for work groups was. So I just F-disked that part out, and I don't even need that anyway. All I use that for is to play solitaire. I can write stuff in DOS just fine. All my games are DOS anyway. So what do I need Windows for? And I was just rocking out DOS for like years. All my friends had Windows 95 and Windows 98. And I'm like over here programming QB45, you know, basic programming, right, in DOS, and having the time of my life, right? I didn't need any of that. And then I upgraded.
Yeah.
All my games are stick figure monochrome.
There you go.
Love it.
Is Mark Yates asks, is Geary like the Mac one? The Mac like one? I don't know. Anybody use Geary?
No,
I tried
Gary.
to, and
Gary looks a little
Gary,
bit. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you talking.
Good, Ricky.
Gary, in my opinion, is just a piece of garbage. Every time I tried to run it, it would fail on the spot.
Does it look like Mac one though?
It does a little bit, and I do agree that it is a piece of garbage.
Okay. Yeah, I hate it because it only allows the IMAP option. It's like, dude, I want POP 3. And it was funny because when I switched my phone from, I was running Cop OS at one point in time. I switched back to Lineage because I couldn't get K9 mail to send messages. It was just crashing. And I was telling the guy, the developer, about it. I was like, well, you know, you can't do this. And I sent him all the information. I'm running POP3. He's like, what is this, 1995? I'm like, dude, POP3 is the better way to run email if you happen to be a security and privacy guy, because it means you are actually downloading your messages, and now it should be part of your regular systematic backups, not relying on someone else's server to manage all my email.
Yeah, my servers I run, okay, 90% of them are in my own house, so I run IMAP because I don't want to have to delete an email here and go and delete it over there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I do that because it allows me to keep a systematic backup and an extra backup, and then anything that comes through on the phone, it's important at the time, but it just gets deleted right off the phone as soon as I respond to it. So it allows me to have the backups. But.
Well, it's now official. Ubuntu 18.10 is now released.
Woohoo!
Oh, good. I can go get all my updates.
Yeah.
Well, I've been just thinking the last few minutes, which environment do I want to go back into? Because right now I'm leaning towards going back to Mate.
Yeah.
I'm using Mate Ubuntu right now.
I'll probably download a few of them and just do a quick look at all of them, see if there's anything. Like, is there anything major? Last time I checked the changelog, it was blank.
Well, it looks like Ubuntu Studio actually got a major interface overhaul.
Interface overall? Okay.
As for, and Ubuntu Kyland is the first time I've ever seen a screenshot of this one, because that's the only flavor I've never tried yet. It looks a little different as well.
Well, that's the Chinese version.
Now, Ricky,
1810. 1810 still looks like GNOME-free crap.
Now, Ricky, the Ubuntu Studio, I could not find a 1810 beta anywhere. All I could find was the 1804.
Oh.
And that's the one I downloaded. And it's kind of flako. However, I was able to get my software package I'm working on to run on it.
On my 60 gigabyte drive, I'm most likely, out of all the flavors, it's a toss-up between Mate and Lubuntu, because the Lubuntu beta sucked for me. I couldn't hardly get anything to work, so hopefully this time things will start working. Because I know, Tom, you tried out I know, Tom, you tried out the Ubuntu beta, and you had a few problems as well, from what I remember.
The Lubuntu one? Lubuntu?
Yeah, the
GNOME?
the GNOME beta.
GNOME one. Yeah.
I couldn't even get the GNOME beta to run right on a high horsepower computer.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into it and see what I come up with.
I didn't even try it.
I opened it up with Firefox, and it jumped up to 9 gigabytes of RAM.
Well, I'm running a bunch of trading charts, so I put 32 gigs of RAM in this machine for a reason.
Yeah.
I only have 16 now, just because I couldn't afford the extra 16 gigs when I rebuilt the computer.
Yeah,
My computer kind of blew up at a bad time. I only had a limited number of cash to get it. Chip's jumped on. Hello, Chip. Let's see. I have Ubuntu 1810 installed on a Western Digital Black 7200 RPM. It runs almost as good as Manjaro KDE on an SSD. Cool. So try Ubuntu if you're into trying one.
Yeah,
and Chip, we still gotta go out and get coffee sometime. Chip's like the next city over, I think.
Right behind me over here, I have my Arch Linux setup over here running LXQT.
Did you ever look at Fedora LXQ? It looks a lot better than the one you did in that live stream. What was that?
I looked at Lubuntu. Yeah, I heard it's good. I haven't looked at it. Maybe I'll have to look at it. I'll give Fedora another shot maybe next time.
I did try. Go ahead.
Will you install Fedora on your main system?
I did a few months back. Wasn't impressed, but
well, I think one of the major issues that you address with Fedora is there's not enough support for those non-free drivers yet. But you did say, Tom, that
I disagree, because now they are doing a lot better. If you have Fedora questions, talk to Quint, because he runs it.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the main reason why I bought an AMD graphics card. I think I have an AMD. Here's the box right here.
Okay.
I saved the box.
Whoa. It. What's up with that? All right, say something, Quint. We didn't see the box.
This is
it. The box, yeah.
AMD Radeon Pro WX 3100.
Okay.
It's nice. A nice box.
Yeah, and so probably because that's exactly why I went with AMD as well. I have a Radeon R7, I think, to something 4 gigs onboard RAM.
This computer came with an NVIDIA Quadro when I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
It only had like 1 gig of RAM. The first thing I said, that graphics card has got to go. But I was able to sell it on eBay for $20 at least.
I think mine's a Radeon RX 580X graphics card with 8 gigabytes of RAM on it.
Nice.
I don't even remember what mine is.
Mine is 4 gigs of RAM, which is all I need because I don't do anything graphics intensive. I just like to run virtual machines and stuff on here.
To tell you the truth, I don't even know what mine does.
So if I was going to build a computer right now, I'd probably build an AMD. But as far as graphics, I'm a NVIDIA fanboy. I've had really good results with them, so I'm running a 980 Ti now. I'm thinking about upgrading to a 1080 Ti now that I can get it used.
Have you had issues on running Linux distros with that?
With what, a 980 Ti? Absolutely none.
Okay, cool.
Well, at least not in Linux. Okay, I've only run this one with Mint. I started Mint 19 beta, and it had a few quirks with the JavaScript UI that I had to modify myself. But other than that, no, I've had no problems. I run the proprietary drivers because the open source ones basically they just don't work.
You're gonna love the huge NVIDIA price hike they got coming up, because all the existing cards, they're not making no more of them, and they're only going to be offering the ray tracing ones that are like
that's okay. I'm
$2,000.
not buying the ray tracing cards just based on the point that there's nothing that you can really use them for. I play like an hour of games a week. It's like something to do when you're having a couple of beers on a Friday night or something. It's not something you do for 10 hours a day. So, but I want it to be able to do it, and when I want to do it, it needs to work. So that's basically why I don't know. I haven't had any problems with NVIDIA, even through Linux. Mostly Steam games, whatever. Now I am having some issues with a game I'm trying to get going through Wine. But it's also from Blizzard, so Blizzard is notorious for trying to prevent you from running anything on Linux anyway. So I don't really have high hopes for it, but that's okay. It's not a
Which game was that?
Diablo 3.
So
I had that running not that long ago. That's weird.
I got it in game, and I'm getting about 1 frame per 2 seconds right now.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
I'm wondering if it's possible to run a Linux machine using one of the most legendary video cards of all time, the 3DFX Voodoo 4.
I had one.
I hope so. Oh, wait, where is it? Somewhere here I have a GeForce 2 with 64 mega RAM on it.
My very first video card was an ATI All-in-Wonder with 4 megabytes, yes, megabytes of video on it. Before that, it was all on board, But my 486 had a 32 kilobyte or something like that CGI graphics card. No, EGA graphics card. Woo, yeah.
I remember having a Sound Blaster audio card.
I had like every Sound Blaster from this original Sound Blaster 16 all the way up, man.
I don't remember having a separate video card in that computer though. It must have been on board. I don't remember.
Good old IBM computers.
Yeah.
The sound cards and MP3 players, the best way to get those is if you can find them with a crystal audio chip on them. Those were the best audio chips that were ever made.
So, Tom, this is regards to the remember the whole Delta facial scanner thing that they were going to do?
Yep.
I live in Atlanta, so I'm probably going to be the first to get that. I'll tell you when I get it.
Yeah, actually, I think there's an article that's going to be in the news this week because they are now pushing those out to domestic flights now as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen them yet.
Yep.
But I'll tell you when I see them.
Yeah, let me know. I have a friend of mine that flies to Atlanta about once a month.
Yeah.
So he's in and out of the airport every month.
Yeah, that's also part of the reason why I'm drinking so much water, because I'm sweating right now in this hot Georgia weather.
Oh, lucky. It's so cold out. I was going to wear my sweatshirt today, but
I couldn't. Cubes.
My audio. Yeah, it's finally getting to be winter up here.
It was a little cooler today, but I'm sweating now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Tom, just letting you know, I'm not sure for certain if Toss is going to be on tomorrow night. I think he's going to be busy, but I know Saturday he will be doing something for the Patreon people that night.
Okay. Yep.
So,
yeah. Yeah. I think what I might do for the patron guys, if you guys are around, for the patron and supporter stuff, I'll probably do one Saturday morning because I didn't do the patron only one today, so I might do that at like the 12:30 one on Saturday.
okay, well, I may not be able to make that. I'm not sure because I like to sleep in on Saturdays. So
That's hey man, that's cool.
Don't lie,
That's
you
fine.
like to sleep in every day.
To 12:30, dude. Sleeping in's cool, but 12:30, I stay up until 4 every day, and I wake up early. No kidding. No, that's fine.
I'll probably be able to stay for.
He's a growing boy.
I don't have school tomorrow, so I'll probably be able. I'll be able to stay probably for this whole stream. That was just my mom who's telling me that I should go to bed at 10:30. That's all that was.
Well, I mean, you should obey your parents regardless, all right?
Yeah.
So
It's fine,
if you're staying on later, make sure it's with the blessing of the parents, all right? That's one thing as being a young person. You got to obey your parents, man.
So Quint, I have a question for Quint. How long have you been running Linux? You're obviously a young dude, and that's really cool. I'm glad to have you in here and chatting with you because it's cool. How long have you been running Linux?
Yeah, I said this before you jumped on the stream. Probably late 2016 was when I started like with the Raspberry Pi and everything.
Okay, you started that way. Can I ask how old you are? I'm actually really curious. I think it's cool.
I'm 14.
Awesome. Okay, so 2 years ago, whatever, you started using Linux. That's awesome. I think it's really awesome that young guys are getting into this and learning about alternative systems and learning how to use these tools because it's all they are tools, right?
I agree.
Tool, and it's awesome that young guys are learning how to use this stuff instead of and be able to share it with their friends. I think is extremely important, right? Rather than just going by the latest iPhone to look cool in front of their friends.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's awesome.
Said earlier.
It's awesome.
If the technology existed now that existed when I was in college, I probably would have done computer programming. The only reason I didn't is because getting a C compiler or whatever else at that time was like $5,000. It's like I couldn't do that.
Oh my God! I used to have all the books. I used to get all the books from the library, like Borland C++4 or whatever, right? And you go to the back page because you need the compiler, right? And the disk is gone. You're like, damn it, I can't even compile it.
I mean, we had college stuff. I had a $2 super chat from Political Monkey. Thank you, man. He says, "Make Arch great again." Sudo Pacman RNS System D. What's that going to do? I have no idea.
Pizza's also back.
What do you know? Pizza's back. Pizza.
Is Pizza back? Oh, hi, Pizza.
He's back.
So when Pizza put up his in your last one of your videos I was on there, Pizza put up his link to his web server, and I was actually going to mention something until he got off, and I grabbed that, so I took a look at it. And I was just thinking, I was like, I'm going to run a slow Loris on him just for fun and see what happens here, just to mess with him a little bit.
Oh, don't mess with him.
He won't even know who I am. This won't even be funny because he won't even know who I am. Maybe I'll just leave him alone.
Yeah. And that's on, I think that's on DigitalOcean, I think. Yeah, okay. Ricky, you're running Arch, right?
Yes. I'm running Arch on my main YouTube production computer and behind me on this laptop.
Okay, so sudo pacman-rns system D. What does that do?
I have no idea, dude. I've only been using Arch for at least almost a month. So
why don't you
run that by me again, Tom? I know what that means.
Sudo pacman. So that's of course as an administrator running pacman. So something there. RNS system D.
I don't know.
Hold on, quick. Daniel, go ahead.
It's going to remove system D, won't it?
I just don't know what RNS does in pacman.
I don't know what RNS does either.
You can
R is remove, right?
That's something you can Google, but I know -S will install it.
Let's see what it does on Manjaro.
Yeah,
what was that distro I ran? Oh, Purger System D. That's what it does. Purger System D. All right, thanks, Mark.
That's what I thought. Your Manjaro will go down the toilet really fast.
What was the distro I was reviewing that sucked so bad I did the RMRF no preserve root? Which one was that one? I forget.
Was it Deepin?
No, it was not too long ago, but we killed that thing on the stream. It was well deserving of early death. Like it committed suicide.
Tom, can you please do the thing I suggested earlier where you set a hot corner in elementary to sudo rmrf no preserve root?
Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do, because I have an elementary install right about here. All right, let me go ahead and start the system up, and let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to move it over here.
Tom,
what?
Are you really going to kill that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes
Give me a second.
You gotta give it a
my
good
Lord.
funeral.
That's right. I'll do it on the live stream. I'll do it on the live stream.
Make sure to do it on the hot quarter too, because you saw that custom command option.
I did see that. We're gonna. All right. Should I throw this on the stream right now?
Yes, please. Yes.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna be able to see you guys or the comments while I'm up here. So
I don't have the stream pulled up. Should I go ahead and do that?
go ahead and do that. So just a note, I can't see comments right now, and I can't see you guys right now. So I'll go ahead and do this.
Oh, my Lord.
Let me go desktop view. And hey, look at that! We got elementary OS.
It's been nice knowing ya.
All right. Okay, how did I get there? I went system. What's that? Desktop, right? Hot corners. Execute custom command. Command.
Stop! Don't do it right now. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay, I'm writing the command right now. If I do sudo though, it's gonna have to ask for elevation, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could log in as root. Log in as root.
Yeah, you have to sudo it, I believe, to make it effective.
Is it no-preserve-root?
If you don't sudo it, the system's got something wrong with it. It's got a bug in it.
Okay, well, I'm going to try it just like that.
The kernel shouldn't even let you do it unless you sudo it.
Okay, let me do this.
Then it should ask you, are you an idiot? And then should you proceed?
All right, Quint, are you on the stream now?
Yes, I am. I see.
All right, so that does nothing, that does nothing, that does nothing. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let me set it as a different hot corner just in case.
Prepare the casket.
Oh, also, Tom, you put the slash before no preserve root, I believe.
Do we have to do it like this one?
Tom?
I think it's the other way because I think that's an option, isn't it?
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Is that right, guys?
Yeah, that was it, I believe. Just try all of them.
All right.
Were you trying to trash your arch?
So, obviously I'm throwing it up there, but I can't have any indication whether it's actually doing anything or not. So,
it would be sudo pacman minus your r whatever, and then the package name you want to remove, systemd or whatever.
Well, this is elementary, so it's Ubuntu based. So I'm doing sudo rm dash. Oh, is it rm dash rf or rmrf?
It's
usually regular rm
dash rf.
Dash
and
rf.
Then, dash no dash preserve dash root.
Okay, and then the slash.
Purge. Dash purge will do it too. Sudo apt dash purge and then the package name. And it'll remove everything it has to do with it.
Okay. So that's that, and it still does, I mean, it doesn't seem to do anything there. Now, of course, it wouldn't until I reboot. So let's see what happens if we go ahead and reboot.
You're in RAM right now. Your disk is now cleaned out. When you ask for the disk services again, there won't be nothing there.
So there's logging back in.
Disk services. That's what my girlfriend asked for.
Let's go ahead and restart the system.
Prepare the casket.
I have a sneaky suspicion it's not going to work right now.
If it doesn't work, try logging in as root.
I thought we were trying to break it.
That's a good idea.
Because it might be sudo, might be the issue.
That's what I'm thinking.
Are you trying to fix it or break it?
So it still looks like it's working right now. Yeah, see, this is sad. I still have something. All right. Can I... All right, how do I change the username?
We need a bigger hammer.
Sad.
Anybody know how I change the username of this stupid distro? Like, I don't want to log in as Elementary. I want to log in as somebody else.
I don't. I have no idea.
You can always use the Control Alt F2, and that'll take you right back to the main screen before anything.
Whoa, okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Control F Alt 2 messed everything up. Hi.
Did it do it? Did it work?
Oh no, that screws with my main host system. So hopefully you guys are still here.
Yeah, like I said, it'll drop everything out, and all you'll have is a command prompt.
Well, not on a virtual box. It doesn't.
That's it. But that's so handy sometimes. Like a lot of time you get apps that freeze up or whatever, and your whole GUI freezes up. And actually, I think Ubuntu is just Alt F2, or is it Control Alt F2, or F3
Control
or whatever?
It's
Yeah,
Control Alt
right.
F2.
So,
and
okay, so
Yeah, but
here's
if you
the
go
problem.
along the,
It's
if
like
you go along the other F buttons, it's like they open separate instances or some damn thing. I don't know. But yeah,
see,
it's
this
so
is the
handy
thing.
when
I
stuff
don't
freezes
want to
up.
log in as Elementary. I want to log in. I want to enter a username, and I can't.
It's been a long time since I've done that on CentOS. I forget how that's done on CentOS. I assume it's really the same on Ubuntu.
Maybe what you should do is just log in as Elementary, and then you would just log in as Elementary, and then open up a terminal, do an SU, and then just type *X. Or I don't know if it's Wayland or if it's Xorg, but if it was Xorg, it would be *X, because I know I've done that before.
Okay, let me terminal. Yeah.
You want to know something funny? Tom?
What?
The main environment for Elementary OS, Pantheon, is available through the AUR for Arch.
Can't you to change user the command line? Is it still sudo su space and then the username you want to log into?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's SU dash, not dash SU.
Yeah, I went in ahead.
dash.
The stream is lagging out. What I end up doing is I went into what I did is I just did the sudo -i, which of course gets me, but no, I think I got it wrong.
You logged in it.
One thing I hate about the Ubuntu Mate is your music. It doesn't show your music albums. It just shows music notes.
Tom, another thing, I don't think you switched. Another thing that you can try is you just type in, just log back in as root, and then you just type in the name, the Elementary setting.
There's no way to type in the username. Actually, I am gonna. There is one more thing I want to try though. System settings. I want to go back into desktop and into hot corners. We're gonna get rid of the sudo. All right. Ignore.
Yeah, I don't know if changing users need sudo or not. I guess it depends on your user permission.
Oh! It worked. I think it worked because I did that, and all of a sudden the dock is gone. All right, let's reboot.
All right.
Shut down. Restart. Let's see if it works. Because as soon as I went up to that corner, man, it just wiped out the dock.
Wait, I think my stream is lagging. I don't see any.
Just give it a second.
Messing with the settings. Yeah, I think my stream is lagging. Probably Comcast internet.
Yeah.
Is gone now.
Oh,
Kind of
looks
this
like it's
group
still
reminds
starting.
me of like way back in the day of dealing with DOS, and like, I wonder if this will work. I wonder if this will work.
Yeah.
You know, when you get 5 guys sitting in a room, I wonder if this will work. You know, and like, it was really cool and exciting. And here we are now in 2018 doing the exact same thing because, like, oh, this is cool. Right? Oh, man.
Yeah, it still works. What is this thing, a zombie?
Still work.
It's like a vampire.
Wait.
Sorry, Tom. My
Elementary
screen is
OS
lagging.
is still alive.
It is.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah,
and now
it
it's
is.
all. It's like. The settings is gone now. Okay, system settings. Desktop.
You know, Tom. If you need to, you can always use another kill code for that thing.
Well, don't listen to me. I can kill anything.
Okay, so what?
Pizza
It
just
seems
said
to.
try.
Okay, go ahead. What did Pizza say?
Pizza just said try systemctl space disable space light DM space reboot. Well, yeah, systemctl disable light DM reboot, then log back in, and
Sounds
then
like
type
a
in
virus.
start X.
Okay, I'm gonna have to see his comment because I just did not comprehend into that. Let me come over here.
That sounds pretty deep.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
Tom,
Oh, thanks, Pizza. Okay, try system control, disable light M, reboot, then log in. Okay, so. All right, so let's try this. See, and again, we get the same thing. Now it wiped out everything up there, but everything still works. All right, so. Do I need to do the? Let me just do this as root just in case. Okay, and systemctl disable light DM. Failed to disable unit. Unit file light DM service does not exist. Did I spell that right? I might not have spelled that right. Oh, yeah, I did not spell that right.
okay, so sorry, my stream went out again, and now the live stream is lagging.
Okay, so that removed, and then now let's just go ahead and reboot.
Hey Tom,
Yep.
what happened? Because my live stream is lagging.
Nothing much yet.
And my live stream is very laggy. Probably the Comcast internet, like I said.
Well,
I didn't miss the super chat, Political Monkey. I don't think. Oh, I did. I did miss the super chat. $5 super chat from Political Monkey. Thank you. Any chance of you ever installing Arch/Gentoo? If you're super brave, I'm installing Gentoo, 2 distros. I don't have time to try the Gentoo. I may try the Arch because that's at least sane. It's annoying but sane. Gentoo? No, you're crazy. Ben, are you still on? That's running Gentoo? I don't remember.
Hey, Pizza gave you a super chat.
Yep. I did see that. Okay, so that got rid of light DM. All right, now let's go ahead and log in as root and elementary.
I think it worked. I think it worked this time, Tom.
Well, that didn't kill the whole system. That just killed the login. But I can't log in under root. Let me try elementary and elementary.
You can't log in.
Was it Start X, right?
Yeah.
Oh, not Start XZ, not Start ZX.
Are we trying to perform a funeral?
Apparently. All right. Sudo
The root
rm.
password might be disabled by default.
I think it is.
It's
So what you
strange
need
how
to do-
Linux does that.
Die. Oh, I can't remove. I gotta no preserve root. Control
Tom,
X. Yeah.
I know what you need to do is type sudo password root.
Did I type that in right? Did I? Okay. What? Oh, apparently it killed. I don't know.
There we go. It's working now.
Can't do anything now. Yeah, it's dead. I killed Elementary. Woohoo! Elementary's dead.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh, I can't remove. What? Operation unpermitted. All right.
Don't feel bad.
You don't really own a system you can't destroy.
Oh, finally, Elementary OS is dead. Rest in peace.
It's so dead, I'm just going to kill it over here. Oh, boy. That's exciting. That's exciting. All right.
Hey.
Oh, come on. VirtualBox. Let me kill it.
Stick a knife in it. Twist it.
Stick a fork in it. She's done. All right.
It's dead, Jim.
Let's
Thanks
see.
for doing that, Tom. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was. It should have been easier to do, but it can't be killed with something. So, as root and start. Yeah, you couldn't log in as root. So, oh well.
What you need to do, I figured it out. What you need to do is you need to type sudo password root. That's what you do in Ubuntu to unlock the root user.
Okay. All right. Well, next time I install, Elementary, I'll do that. Sudo is gone. Yes. All right. Sudo isn't even necessary. It's not even part of the Arch base. Yeah. SU is where it's at. Now shut down and try booting in. Strategy to log in as root almost worked. Yeah, but the problem is there's no root login. Lord forbid your main user were to die. But fun. Very fun. All right. Well, anything else we should try here? Should I kill any more distros
Well,
I have? I
We
mean,
can safely say that Juno was a wrap.
I'm not a big distro hopper, so I can't really speak a lot to a lot of the other distros you guys are using. You guys are definitely ahead of me on that.
Well, what distros do you have in front of you right now?
In front of me, I have Mint 19. We started with 19 beta and then 19.
Good.
And to the right of me, I have Ubuntu. I don't know if it's Bionic or not. This might be an old one because I fried a hard drive in this. So this has to be it's either a 16 or 17. Don't ask me which one because I fried a hard drive, but I had a copy on a secondary hard drive that has most of my data on it, so I was able to get going. But I burnt a hard drive that had 1804. So I got 16 or 17 over here. I got CentOS over here. Yeah, that's what I got in front of me. But yeah, I'm not really a hopper, especially on the desktop side. I mean, I haven't played with any of the other.
that's Ricky.
What happened?
I think that was Ricky.
That was kinda
Ricky's
rough.
microphone blew up. The nuclear bomb is happening over at Ricky's house.
Holy.
Wow.
Hey, I just got new speakers, so you probably just destroyed my new speakers.
It was Ricky's fault.
Nah.
Send Ricky the bill.
Yeah.
They're
All
actually
right.
pretty nice speakers. They're called The Creative is the company that makes them, and they're very
yeah.
very nice shape.
Cool.
He doesn't know who Creative is. That's funny.
Yeah.
Now, hey man, they're not the biggest. They're not the biggest company these days.
I
Yeah.
heard that they make sound cards.
Yeah.
They do make
they
sound
were-
cards.
They were a huge company a long time ago.
Well, they make
Yeah.
these speakers though, and they're very nice speakers. They're only like $20, and they're awesome.
I have,
yeah.
I use floor model stereo speakers, so my sound comes out of my computer, and then it goes into my mixing board, and then out to my receiver unit, and then out to like regular stereo speakers that are also wall mounted. So
nice.
And they're about 3'6" tall, and I don't know, 14-inch deep or whatever, and they're mounted on the wall, so it's great. Except when I'm on live, because if I turn those on right now, you would not be able to hear anything other than yourself speaking with my mic up. So that's why I use headphones.
Speaking of CentOS, I've been working on the Quinternet, which is going to be running on a CentOS server. I'm sure Tom is the only one who knows that.
I think you mentioned it before.
The Quinternet. That's what everyone at school says I should create.
What kind of project are you working on? What's the scope here?
It's just a web page that says, I can't even remember what it says, but I just wrote a basic HTML page on CentOS. And I made the mistake of using Nginx instead of Apache, so now I have to like configure all these like files and stuff.
Yeah, use Apache.
Yeah, that's what case. So I started doing a little bit of reading, and I guess there's a lot of high-profile websites now that are using, I call it Nginx, but I guess that's obviously the wrong way to call it.
Nginx is the official name.
And Nginx, yeah, I agree, okay. So, but I guess there's a lot of high-profile websites now that are using Nginx instead of Apache. Now, I'm an Apache guy, and I know nothing about Nginx. So
I know you have to configure, in order for it to work, you have to configure all these database files and just all these like files and stuff that you have.
And
to
that's
create.
fine. Like I was saying, I use CentOS. I guess I call everything wrong, don't I? Because you guys call it CentOS. Yeah. But it's CentOS,
I believe.
It's iOS, right? All the Mac heads call it iOS. They don't call it iOS, do they? So CentOS is correct. Okay, well, whatever. I'm right. No, so anyway, but in CentOS web panel, which is what I use for my web interface for interfacing with my servers, I actually have the choice of what I want to use for my my web server engine, right? So I can use Apache, or I can dump that and I can throw Nginx in place of it and use that in conjunction with CWP. And I've never done that. I have no idea what would happen if I do. I have no idea what I'm looking at. I have no idea what the benefits, the ups or the downs are. I know nothing. I'm just an Apache guy. But I've always been wondering this question. I just don't want to. It kind of requires taking the leap of faith to actually find out, and I don't want to take the leap of faith right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to dive in and experiment. I've looked into it. I think that there's more issues and problems that I've encountered, that I've seen. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know. I just stick with what I know. The downside is you get stuck into an area. So like now, of course, I specialized in WordPress for so long that now WordPress 5 is coming out, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to stick going with it. Not because I don't necessarily like the direction, but because the developers are not listening to the community. Literally,
I used to run a lot of WordPress sites, and I just it was at the time where, trying to get just a custom little piece of PHP code to run inline on a WordPress page was an absolute nightmare. And that's when I kind of lost it.
Fairly easy these days, as long as you're not trying to do it through the database.
Yeah, well, I think it was, I was probably in like WordPress 3 times when I was having difficulty with that, and I just kind of lost all respect for them. And then moving forward, I just find that all of the attacks on my servers have been directed at WordPress pages, and by not installing WordPress, I avoided all the hacks out there.
Yeah. Right? So it's you have to keep WordPress well secured.
Yeah.
To keep it alive. So do you use a CMS right now?
Okay, so I have one website that's using Drupal as a CMS, and I am not a Drupal expert. I am actually an anti-CMS guy. I like to just create something from scratch and just know that it's mine. I own it. Nobody else knows how it works. Nobody knows what my web links are. They don't know what PHP file to attack, and I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I run like 5 or 6 personal sites myself, and the challenge that I have, of course, is doing blogging and stuff. So like my biggest site, which is actually my oldest site, is my Christian stuff, where I sell books. So I have the links, I have blogs, I have podcast feeds, all this kind of stuff. I have to figure out how to get all that stuff to work. And so I've traditionally done WordPress, but right now I'm just so frustrated with where the direction is. So I'm trying to learn Drupal to see if that might be a more secure way to go than WordPress.
Drupal also has some security holes, and I had one hack that came through on my server, and they were able to actually breach a database from an alternative user that was not associated with the Drupal account from my Drupal account. And it had to do with, I guess, some type of permission leaks that came through with Drupal.
Yeah, how it works.
Yeah,
there were a couple of those leaks that were just announced and patched just a couple months ago. But I think those have been patched at this point. But
yeah, it was about probably six or 8 months ago when I had this particular problem.
Yeah.
And but I found it's when you're running Drupal or any kind of CMS. Or even if you're not very good at coding and you don't know how to, properly secure yourself against injection attacks and stuff like that, it's absolutely essential that you are running ModSec on your server. Okay, run ModSec, and even if you don't have all the updated rule sets, even just run the old rule set and just disable the rules that you don't need.
Yep.
Right? But it's absolutely essential. If anybody is running a public-facing server and not running ModSec, they must have a few screws loose or else they're new. Right? And you must be running that. And if you're running ModSec, just keep your rules good, and you should do okay with Drupal. I don't have any experience running ModSec with WordPress because I haven't used WordPress in years. But with my site with Drupal, I have daily. I have hundreds and hundreds of hits of 404 errors or 403 errors as a result of my mod security rules kicking in. So I know people are attacking it, and they're attacking it in nefarious ways day in, day out, which is just regular business running a web server, right?
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I mean, I'm running, of course, my systems are on cPanels, just because my clients pay enough that I have huge VPSs, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm currently working on a personal website through GitHub Pages. Yeah, because I don't really have any experience with like all the data, like all the database language stuff, all that stuff.
That whole
I know how
is back.
Yeah,
by
I know
the time
how
you by the time you figure out PHP, you will find interacting with databases rather easy. Except for the logic behind it, because when you get your logic wrong, you usually ruin your entire database. So backups are essential. Take it from somebody who's done it. multiple times, multiple failures, system catastrophic failures.
You want me to post? I can post a link to it in the chat.
Oh, you want me to run a slow Loris attack on your account too, eh? Okay, all right.
Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah. I'll be back again, guys. There.
Let's see, did you leave a comment, Quint, so I can make you ability to post?
Hey, Tom.
I'll put. I haven't. I'll just put a comment. Let me see.
Okay. All right. What, Ricky?
Hey, Tom. If you're thinking about running Arch, you're gonna have to do your research on the Arch wiki. That's the only way you're gonna be able to do it.
Really? All right. I think I might have to do that.
Stuff.
What's that, Daniel?
I mean,
I've ran Arch twice. I've ran Manjaro twice. It's crashed twice. It's been unrepairable. I've just had rotten luck with it. And when it does go, unless you're an expert, you want to do a lot of reading.
Arco, Tom.
Try what? Arca?
There we go. I posted it. It's very incomplete. Just warning you. There's a lot of like stock images in the template and stuff. I'm just warning you. I haven't had time to work on it.
Logo, come up to say hi.
Hey, kitty, kitty.
Let's just say when you want help from the Arch community, watch out for the flames.
Yeah, pretty much.
The flames or the flamers?
Both.
You best RTFM.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's pretty decent work for just getting started, man.
I didn't write the template.
Oh, do I gotta get on the
Yeah,
chat
yeah.
here? In order
I
to
found the
find it?
template online. It's a pretty. It's material design. That's why I picked it. You know, I'm obsessed with material design. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I just
So you
really
have
like.
your chat box in the corners all working and everything too?
Yep. If you click on contact on the top there, I made that
pulls
link.
open a chat.
box.
Yep. I'm gonna leave a test chat in there. Oh, it needs to leave with an email address. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. I'm still working on the chat.
Yeah. I would drop the size of your logo a little bit because as it scrolls down, it really interferes with the size of it. So, like, one of the things you can do is you can put in some JavaScript that as it scrolls down, it'll take that because it's fine at the start. And then you can set it so that when it scrolls down, it will shrink the size of that down so it'll fit inside the blue bar that's sticky to the top of the page. So that's what you want to do there.
Yeah.
But it's looking
on
good.
the little scroll down to where the pictures are. Click on the little ... thingy.
Okay.
You see that? And there's like a place where you can put more text. It's really neat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And then there's links to go in. Very cool. Nice.
So Tom, do you do your own web graphics as well, or do you have a guy that does your artwork for you?
Most of it I do myself. My brother is actually a big video game designer and things, so occasionally I'll just send some stuff over to him because he does like entire 3D rendering and stuff. So it's like for him to open up Photoshop and do a graphic, it takes him like all of like a few minutes.
Yeah, like that's the part that I run into is like I do a website or something and I'm like really good in the geek side, and when you want to interface with some API that's like it can't be done, I'm the guy to ask when something can't be done because like it's instant challenge accepted, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes down to like I need to design a logo or a graphic or something, I have no artistic ability whatsoever. And
I mean, I do some of that, like logos and stuff. I'll generally do through Inkscape, because logos you want to do through vector graphics, and so I do a little bit of that. Some of it I outsource, some of it I do in house. It just depends on how busy I am.
Yeah.
How are you with HTML5 game programming?
Did you say game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do any game stuff. I'm just doing like regular website stuff.
Yeah, one of the projects we're working on, we're looking for a potential HTML5 game programmer.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not your guy. I'm more so the when you want to interface, you want a web interface that's going to interface with, I don't know, some API to spin up a bunch of VPS servers or something, and you need certain functions. I don't know, man.
We might need to talk anyway. I need to figure out how to get a publishing website payment system interface with Lightning Source, which is all API type stuff. But I need to look up if Lightning Source has APIs. I'll have to look into it.
Okay, I'll write that down.
Yeah.
The last time I was on Ubuntu, I was in the software area. I found an extremely old web browser inside of it. Does anybody remember CSA Mosaic?
Yes. Mosaic?
No.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
It was also a cross-platform with Windows. It didn't really gain much traction. It came out about the time of, I want to say, Netscape.
Wow. Oh, that's right. I do remember that. Wow.
I just put a link to the template in the comments.
Yeah. Is that going to be about the same as the site? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking to specifically learn the HTML5 game coding. We're looking to bring somebody on. Our old programmer for a game project I was on seemed to have gone AWOL, and so we're looking for somebody to fix a database connection on Flash portion, and B, make HTML5 games. So.
Yeah, I'm like my skill set is more so in problem solving than anything.
That's where I sit. Like I just, you'd be highly impressed with this wine distribution site I just built. Holy, I didn't think I could do that kind of stuff, and I did it all by interfacing tags and categories through a WordPress core.
Nice.
It was quite impressive. So
I just never claimed to be a pro coder, right? So that's why I don't like being hired on teams and stuff like that, because my code's always dirty. I figure it out down and dirty first. I keep hashing out dirty code until I figure out how it works, right? And then I clean it up, and then I pay somebody else to fix it for me after that. Once I figure out how to do it, because they have no idea how to do it either. I just
and you don't put in any
make it look good. No, I don't want any comments, and I don't look at any comments, but I made it work.
Yeah.
Right. But that's where I sit. Right. So like, I'm not like, I couldn't get a job doing this. I'm not suitable to work on a team of guys because obviously you need to be able to read and understand and follow my code. But for freelance work and simple stuff, I do pretty good at it because it's straightforward. And my own personal projects are things that always challenge me. So if it's down and dirty, I don't care. It's for me, and it makes me money. So
yeah. There you go.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I never even knew this. Netscape Navigator was available on Linux? That's interesting.
I never knew that. I ran that on Windows 95.
Yeah, I'm looking up an article here. It says it had a Linux version at one point.
Jesse, I gotta ask Jesse. Someone's trying to get into my WordPress site right now. Is that you?
No, I don't know what your address is.
Well, it's failed miserably.
Hey, okay. Hands up. I'm showing my hands. It's not me.
I know that Netscape was open sourced, like in the late 90s. And then they created Mozilla.
Yeah. Netscape was like it was a 15 megabyte download, and it used to take about 3 hours to download on a 33.6 modem. Right.
Oh my god.
It came with Composer.
Oh
I built my first website on Netscape Composer.
I was just about to say the exact same thing. My very first website was built with Netscape Composer. Loved it. I built an MP3 sharing website originally, and it had the at the top of the page was the butt covering statement, right?
Sean Parker, is that you?
Yeah, the butt covering statement. So you always got to tell people, you don't own the material, you can't download it, but there's nothing stopping you from downloading it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first experience with websites as well.
If I'm correct, the people that made Netscape Navigator, didn't they go on to create Firefox, I believe?
Yes. They founded Mozilla. Like, that's what I said, is that they made Netscape open source in the late 90s, and then they founded Mozilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
This young guy knows more than those of us who lived through this. Come on.
I like old software. I like to look at old software.
Do you like, Quint, do you like watching 8-Bit Guy?
What did you say?
Do you like watching 8-Bit Guy?
I have watched his videos. There's another channel. I don't know if you know him. I think he has about like 30,000 subscribers. His channel is Michael MJD. He does a bunch of videos on like old software and stuff.
No, I haven't seen that one.
He did a video on... He did a video on the Microsoft Office 2003 Beta 2 kit that was sent to businesses. Like, he'll go out to like garage sales and thrift stores, and he'll find all this old software and look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom, was it you, or was it somebody in this channel, or was it somewhere else? Somebody in some channel that I follow and I've talked to put Windows 3.1 on their cell phone.
Not me.
Okay.
I don't remember it either.
I've never done
that. Would be awesome, though.
I gotta figure out who this is. I seen this on another channel. I'll figure out who that is. I'll report back. But somebody on another channel put Windows 3.1 on their cell phone, and apparently it works great because it's like, you know, it has image editing and all that stuff. That basically is a pain in the rear end to do on a cell phone, right? So they put Windows 3.1 on a cell phone, and it runs like, you know, like an old
Gold,
computer.
gold
basically.
because a cell phone is about 10,000 times more powerful than a computer that ran Windows 3.1.
Well, from what they're saying, it was faster than running Android on the phone.
Yeah, probably. I did. I don't have it anymore, but I actually had a good VirtualBox build of my. I might still have it. It might be on my other computer, but I had a good build of. It was I think it was Windows 98. On my VirtualBox.
Disgusting.
Is it second edition?
I don't know. It's I have the I have an OEM disc of Windows 95 and an OEM disc of Windows 98. So it's full license and everything.
Okay.
It's great. So
and by the way, I also watch 8-Bit Guy, but I also watch another channel who's popular too, Lazy Gamer Reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched him before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like him all that much. Oops, that's the wrong link. But just look up. Hold on, let me figure out how to paste the link. And I almost did the wrong one, but it's Michael MJD. He'll also do stuff like saying like he'll try out some like he tried out Windows 2 apps on Windows 10, and some of them ran.
I remember playing. I think it was Ultima 7. I mean, that was an old, DOS-based game. Played it with a friend of mine in high school. Loved it. So I found a copy of it once on Windows 95, and that computer was just too powerful. It would just run at like lightning speed because there's no like max out. It just assumed it ran as fast as your processor could run. So if you were to put on these processors now, it'd be like unplayable gameplay.
Yeah, games at that time were built to run on a specific processor at a specific speed, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have any limitations in place. But a good like DOS emulator supposed to actually limit that.
Okay. Like I'll have to look at RetroPie. Does it?
The YouTube link I just put in.
Speaking of, sorry.
The YouTube link I put in right here is his channel. So just check out his channel. He has some pretty cool stuff.
All right.
He does some Linux stuff too. Like he did a review on Deepin.
Okay.
Yeah. Deepin is... Yeah, I liked Deepin. It just got really annoying after a while, so I had to dump it.
I remember one of the things he said, I don't know if you've ever experienced this in a VM when you're running, but it detects, like, it says, like, would you like to run in efficient mode or common mode? And before like 15.6, it was like Chinese. It was like worded in very bad English, so it was like really hard to understand.
There's a few places in it that are very much worded like that. Yeah, I agree.
Just check out his channel. He has pretty cool content.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it.
I
think we're gonna wrap this up before too long here, guys.
Yeah.
All right. What, Ricky?
Okay.
I think Ricky's talking to someone else. I'm not sure.
You might want to hear this, Tom. Intel is preparing for a dual-screen computer future.
What?
Don't we already have those screens?
I think I really am running 2 monitors right now. I mean,
Yeah, DT uses 3.
yeah. All right.
I really want to get a new monitor for Christmas. This is just this very crappy $100 HP monitor that I have right now.
Come on.
Actually,
you've never even used a tube monitor.
The monitor that I have on my computer here is a 27-inch full HD monitor, and it cost me $130.
Yeah.
I picked up I just have an AOC. I got 27-inch AOC, and it's like in Canadian it was like $135 or something like that. So $100 US.
Yeah, great.
Okay, and it's actually, even for gaming, I mean, it's a 5 millisecond response time on the display, and I'm not a pro gamer. 5 milliseconds is not going to change my gaming ability. So it's great. Yeah. I love it.
I'm using I'm looking at the Dell Ultra Sharp 25-inch. It's a 4K monitor that's it's about 300, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And that's not good enough. You need a new one.
Mm.
We're going to go ahead and feed the kitty.
No, that's what I'm looking at
He
buying.
wants his vittles, man.
The one I have right now is very bad. The one that that's the one that I want to buy.
Is 4K important to you? Like, that was something I always asked myself. It's not important to me. I just want a monitor I can do stuff on. So
I have a Mac, so I'm used to looking at all these Retina displays. So pretty much yes.
All right, cool. I mean, if it's important to you, do it, right?
Yeah, it's not super expensive.
I hear cat traits.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I see CJ.
Yep.
I'm not going to tell my bear there's a kitty on the screen.
Uh-oh.
Don't let CJ break your brand new kitty cam.
Oh, he shouldn't. Yeah, the kitty cam is being used for the Hangouts right now. Oh, no, you're not going down there. I just put the kitty treats away. Huh. You can leave if you want, but...
It's great. I was going to get them, Tom.
Yeah, I know. He wanted to go get kitty treats, but yeah.
Wake up call.
Right, kitty? Yeah?
Man, I'm getting tired of downloading empty dev packages.
You're downloading empty dev packages? Why?
Because they look good they look like what I want, and then when I get them, there's nothing in them.
Probably a virus.
I'm feeling the same way. I'm downloading a lot of model files for putting together a book cover in Blender, and oh man, it's like there's a few of them that you just can't get to it. Let me see if I can find if this is actually on my other user account, but let me see if I can open this.
I keep forgetting to check them when I got them, to see if there's any K bytes in them. I go to run them and there's nothing in them.
Does Blender have a native Linux port?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I should be able to open this file up. I'll show you guys the I'll show you guys the current working system that we're doing for a book cover we have going on right now. Right. So let me transfer to this. So you have to look at the stream for this. All right. So here we are. So this is specifically, it's a book about holidays and things. And so, all right. So we basically have this log cabin here, which I haven't bothered to model anything on the fireplace because that's pretty much out of the frame. And then here we are, let me just go back to the camera view. I've got to fix the camera view, of course. So here we're just basically modeling up the tree as a design which has pretty much every, and ornaments from every holiday on it. And then, of course, not that far under the tree. Under the tree, we have various gifts and various other things. Of course, we have a big consumerist model on this, so there's a $ behind it. So let me actually. I'm going to close it and reopen it real quick.
It looks good.
I just don't want to mess up the camera angle there. All right, so then on the render, it should look. Oh, not material. Render.
Oh, by the way, I put one of my old, I put a very old Windows game that had a Linux version onto my machine a little while back. I put Quake 2 on my machine, by the way.
Awesome.
Nice.
Your machine's quaking.
That was my favorite game growing up.
All right.
Yeah. Here's the shocking part, though. The original servers for Quake 2 are still running.
That's crazy.
Really?
All right, so there is about what this thing will look like when it's rendered. I'm not going to fully render it right now, but that's a pretty good idea. So this thing is like complicated stuff. I still need to find a fire to put in the fireplace. I need to put the texturing properly on the on the fireplace for the back cover part. But yeah, that's what we're doing for Blender right now. So, but half the model files I'm getting are not particularly usable. So
Tom, I have another question for you.
Yep.
Why did you decide to make pizza a mod?
I don't know.
Long
It's
history.
mostly, yeah. I mean, I've known him for a while, and he's very mature, and he respects the position. Why?
I was just curious.
It's something you have to earn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's a young dude as well, right? And
He's younger than me. I think he's 13, I believe.
see, I was actually
Just turned 13. Yeah.
I was looking at his channel, and it seemed in the last couple of videos he learned how to use an equalizer on his voice, and he brought his voice up a little bit, right? And I thought it was kind of funny. Now,
Well,
you know what?
actually, it was funny because on his 300 sub live stream the other day, he actually commented on that. Like he went through like, hey, this video here, my voice changed between these 3 videos. It was pretty funny.
Exactly. So anyway, but yeah, I think he's all right. I like, again, it brings me back to the point. I think it's super cool that young dudes are getting into this, and yeah, like he is definitely just a little bit that I've been following your channel. It's just he wants to be involved, and he wants to do stuff. He wants to learn stuff, and that's really cool, right?
Yep.
And that's like keep these guys interested because these are the guys that are going to bring this into the future and blow it right up, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, you missed the best part of Pizza's stream where he accidentally leaked the Google form with everybody's email on it.
Oh my god!
It wasn't everybody's. It was just 3 of them. So I told him I was gonna be.
I rewinded the video and I saw everybody's email. I literally saw everybody's email. Like I rewinded the video.
Yeah,
And then another
I'm
thing,
sure.
I think he takes the streams down though, fortunately, so it shouldn't be there anymore.
Yeah, it should be no big deal.
I'm sure that's not a GDPR violation.
He also accidentally leaked his last name too.
Yeah,
His last name came up in the autofill for Chrome.
He does that every now and again. He'll leak somebody's name. So.
Well, it's not real confidential information. If you go and buy him something over at Amazon, you go through all the motions, it shows his real name and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I've given him a few toys for his efforts for streaming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. and you get that. I know his name as well, but just don't dox it.
It's containing the damage.
These are also things that happen when you're learning about privacy and security as well. Like my name is plastered all over the place not because of what I know now, but because of what I've done leading up to here, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and
my books are written with my full real name and everything. And had I been more privacy minded then, I probably would have released books under a pseudonym, but I didn't. Oh well.
And now.
Well, Quint is not my real name. It's just a nickname, so it doesn't bother me, honestly. If it was Quint is just a nickname. I wouldn't. I didn't have a nickname, I probably would just have something different.
Mm-hmm. And I hope Wingate is also a nickname.
Wingate is not a nickname.
Yeah.
But you can't look up like any confidential information because Quint is not my real name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Chip used to be a moderator. I'm not sure why Chip's not a moderator anymore. I don't know.
By the way, Switch, it's pretty much getting a little late.
Oh yeah, it's late.
Switch don't go to bed till 4.
No, I should jump off though because I need to do the last chapter for this book for my audiobook release. And it's gonna take me a couple days, I think, because the afterword alone is between 20 and 25 pages.
You got to get off because I'm sure you're getting that all done tonight, right?
Well, I want to get the text read. I probably will not edit any of it, is my thinking. I may or may not even read it tonight. I might just save it for tomorrow. I don't know. The goal is to try and have it done by Sunday, because by Sunday I have to start working on the video processing for the Bible studies for next week, and I don't want to do Bible studies and those simultaneously.
I was gonna say
gets too crazy.
I was gonna say, what time zone are you in? Because it's 1 a.m. here, and the only thing I'm doing when I get off of here is laying down on the couch. And
I am in your time zone. It is 1 a.m. But what I do is my work schedule. I found out long time ago I'm not a 9 to 5 guy. Even as a freelancer, I tried doing 9 to 5 before, didn't work. It was okay, but it wasn't my most productive. I found I'm most productive starting somewhere around afternoon, working until late at night. That's when I'm productive. And so
I ran a company doing physical labor. I'm a licensed cabinet maker, actually, right? So go figure that I've been doing computers my whole life, and I'm a complete geek, but I actually do physical work as well. Not that I do anymore, but I was actually really productive doing 7 o'clock in the morning was the start time for me until like 6 in the evening. You know, being a tradesman, long days, hardworking, and I did very good with that. But then once I went into getting into more, online marketing and websites, and then my trading and all that, I found the exact same thing was that, look, I started making money. I do party a bit too, and I like to party all the time. And that does take a little bit out of your morning sometimes too. And I'm kind of the same way, where I like to be, productive for those parts of the day when I know I'm most productive, and don't worry about it for the rest of the time. Because if I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm not doing anything till noon anyway. So why get up at 7 o'clock in the morning? I might as well just get up at noon and just go right to work.
Yeah. And what I do is I usually get up somewhere actually between 9 and 10, and then because I'm right and I'm an author,
Coffee.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I get to that. But to write, you have to carve out a time. So I carve out an hour in the morning, and I carve out an hour in the evening. Yeah. And so, especially right now, we're on a big push because I want to get 2 books out by December, and so. What I'm trying to do is just get all those done. So I get up early in the morning, I get some reading done, get some study done, get some writing done, get out and do errands, and try and be back in my office around 2. I work from 2 until around 5, put together a Linux video, put it up, take about 2 hours off for a break, and then come back and work until I fall asleep. So.
Yeah, it sounds reminiscent of basically how I run my daily thing too. There's a lot of leeway that goes in there too, because we're self-employed, right? And there's a little bit. Yep. Our schedule is like we have an idea of what we want to do, and then this happens close to that.
Well, and then what happens when you're self-employed? And the great thing about being self-employed is I usually spend Sunday with a friend, and he ends up being sick and missed some school, and then so he had to get all caught up in stuff, so we couldn't hang out on Sunday. And so he's like, hey, I can do Thursday because I don't have school. It's like, all right, so I just took today off.
Yeah, and as long as you have a plan for what you're going to do for that missed workload, it's not a big deal, right?
Yeah, and actually right now, literally almost every project I have, the ball is all in other people's court, so it doesn't matter anyway. The only other thing I would have been doing today is spending more time learning a few more things about Drupal modules. So, and I don't really the more I study Drupal, the more I hate it.
I don't blame you there either. Like I was saying, I'm an anti-CMS guy, so I don't care which one you want to pick. I'm pretty anti.
I'm not anti-CMS. I don't like the current options. Like, there's Drupal, there's WordPress, and I think there's one more I looked at as well. And I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, Tom, I'm gonna get off here. Nice to see you, buddy.
See you, Ricky.
Everybody, good night. Before I go, everybody in the comments section, smash that like button. Support everybody here.
Mash that puppy.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Ricky.
See you, Ricky.
You too.
Nice to meet you, Ricky.
See, Ben, you've been quiet for a while, like a wallflower. What's going on over there?
I'm just listening to the conversation.
All right. Any final words?
Support Tom on Patreon. Switch to Linux is a great channel.
Support Windows 3.11 for workgroups.
Woohoo!
Yes, and don't forget to degauss your CRT monitor next to your friends.
Okay. All right, Daniel, final words.
I'm trying to revive an old tool.
All right. That's an MP3 one?
There was a tool called MP3 Gain.
Okay.
With this tool, MP3s and a lot of other music formats are built with an integer value built into them for the volume.
Mm-hmm.
By changing that integer value, you can change the volume of your MP3 file before you even adjust it with the hardware. The idea between the tool is you took all your MP3s that were all different volumes from all different CDs, downloads, and everything else, threw them in a folder, and you ran this tool, and it would adjust all these integer values so they all sound the same volume level.
Okay.
So it was available on Windows for a while, and that's how I picked it up in the past. And now I found some remnants of it in the Linux world.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of died off due to lack of people maintaining it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have been able to gather enough deb packages, pieces, and so on and so forth to get it to work flawlessly in Ubuntu distros.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm having a heck of a time finding the required libraries and stuff like that to get it to run in plain Debian or Arch.
Yeah, and this is when Joe Collins uses it, but you said he uses it as a terminal.
Well, yeah, you can get the Ubuntu deb package as a regular terminal-based tool.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to do a lot of typing and everything in a given folder, it'll work that way. But who wants to go through all that?
Actually, TSM just writes that Joe Collins has a bash script on YouTube to run it.
Okay, that's still a bash script in a terminal. I got the GUI thing going.
Okay, all right.
And the GUI,
now, here's a thought. I mean, just a potential workaround. Is it possible to automate processes like that in Audacity?
Not really, because Audacity adjusts the music level at the actual level of the music, not the integer
There is a
value.
plugin you can get that does not. Because I had to get it because when you do audiobooks, you have to meet a very specific format. Max 3, negative 3 dB, and RMS at between negative 28 and negative something, I forget, and then a floor of no greater than minus 60.
Yeah, but does Audacity take the waveform and rewrite it to a different level?
Yes, that's the plugin that you get. What you need is you need to get a plugin called Normalize RMS. So by normalizing to RMS, it normalizes to the size of it rather than normalizing it to the peak.
That's still taking the file after it's been opened and then rewriting it to a different level.
Yes.
The thing I'm using actually just changes the integer value that it plays back at. The players and everything read that value.
Yeah, then no, I don't know how to do that. It's just a thought because I've been doing a lot of stuff with Audacity.
This tool MP3 Gain had two GUIs for Linux. One of them was called WX MP3 Gain, and the other one was Easy MP3 Gain. And I've been able to find deb packages and stuff to piece this together to work with the real GUI like it did in Windows, in Linux.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't done any.
It's a tough cookie. I'm slowly getting there. I want to cover at least, maybe 60% of the distros, and the rest of them, like the Arch people, they can fight over it to make it work.
Hey, it's probably in the Arch user repository already.
Believe it or not, I found it there first. It didn't work. The thing is, you need the Joe Collins. You need the Joe Collins base one that's MP3 Gain that allows it to work at the terminal level, and then you get the GUI package and paste it over it.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
I haven't done any MP3 ripping or conversion since like Windows 95 when it was like the cool thing to do, right?
Yeah.
And at that time,
some of us old buzzards got a lifetime of music.
Yeah, well, I still do because I get a lot of sermons in from the various pastors that I support financially, and so I'll always get MP3s in, and so I constantly add to my libraries because of that.
I still buy audio CDs.
Mine is a completely may or may not be paid for library, so like I went through, like I'm a guy that was, at a young age I would not borrow or rent a CD or anything without making a copy for myself. I was a guy that owned 2 VCRs, okay, for obvious reasons, right? So I built my collection, starting out by ripping, and then Napster came out on my 14.4 modem that I had because I was broke, and I just took the one out of my 486 and put it in my Pentium 1 original, right? And built a collection. So yeah, no, I still have an MP3 collection that's approaching about 40,000 records, and so I have quite a library, but I haven't done any actual like ripping since the exact same program I used on Windows 95 was CDEX. I'm not sure if any of you guys used it, and I've used that consistently anytime I've had to rip something off a CD for an MP3 or do a conversion from one file to another. I've used consistently, and I've ran it in compatibility mode right through Windows 7. But it is originally from like early Windows 95, and I've never found anything that does this. Just the good old-fashioned Fraunhofer or Fraunhofer or whatever MP3 codec. It's all you need. Run it. Good to go.
Yeah, but is all your songs the same volume level? Are you jacking the volume in your car up and down each time the song changes?
No, man. It's like
I'm not
it
either.
has normalization. It has normalization. So all of the files that I did, it always had a normalization feature, and it would normalize to not only just what's in the audio, but you could also, if you had a library of files, like you're saying, if you have a library of files in a folder and you select them all and you want to convert them, you can hit normalize, and it will find the optimal volume amongst all the files and encode them all the same.
Yeah, and TSM also says that Joe Collins has a GUI version on his site, not a terminal version. So I don't know. Spend some time over there, and maybe get a hold of Joe and see if he can help you out with that.
Well, he runs Ubuntu, and I'm running Mint and Ubuntu, and the tool that I got works on both of them now. So I got what he's got.
Okay.
I'm trying to go a little farther and give the Debian people something that works, which is a little harder because their libraries are different.
Yeah, that could be the issue. All right, Jesse, final words?
I don't know. You're putting me on the spot. I pretty well said it, to be honest.
All right, very good. Good enough. Time to go to sleep. Quint, final words.
Well, you can say subscribe and like. That's about it. That's
there you go. All right.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, make sure you subscribe to Switch to Linux, because one day he's going to get 1 million subscribers, and then we're going to remember that, and then half of the population will switch to Linux just because.
There you go. Yeah.
Whoa! There's not even 1 million Linux users out there.
Yeah, there's only 17 according to Pizza's friends.
20,000 candles on it.
What's that?
So, but just it was nice meeting you, Tom.
You too.
I'm a Think Life Media member, so I can't wait to do this again.
Well, you have to kick my butt to make sure I keep that site updated. All right, because most people that have on it are also on Patreon, so I will make sure to get that going. But yes, I will have all that stuff up there.
Media? I lost my password.
Oh, I'll send you a new one. I have to get in there and rebuild accounts for people who are patron supporters anyway. So, yeah, if you're a patron supporter and you want a Think Life Media account, then go ahead and just send me a message there on Patreon, and I'll send it back on Patreon. If you go directly like the way Quinton did, everything's all automatic, so I don't have to worry about it.
I assume that it's not possible to do the opposite, right?
To do what? To go Think Life Media onto Patreon? No, because on the Patreon, you get Patreon. But the thing is that the goal is that Think Life Media is going to be better than Patreon, because Patreon is a pain to work with.
It is.
But Think Life Media, so like, I don't know if you're into the Christian stuff or not, Quint, but you can download all my ebooks, are all over there for free as patron supporters. And when I have the audiobooks done, those will also be over there because they're all digital. Anything that I do that's digital is always going to be on Think Life Media.
Yeah, see, the Patreon's like a fixed dollar amount every month.
Yep.
Now and then I like to slip somewhere in the middle of the month my content creators a bonus if they're really working hard, you know?
Yeah. And that's why I keep the
Patreon.
Yeah. Then that's why I have the PayPal link set up as well. But Yeah, so that is there, and that's what the reason I haven't gotten all that in is because the push to get. I mean, I just re-released this book this last month, and then now I'm working on audiobooks for both of those, and then getting the other 2 books out. So yeah, and I need to get in there and make sure everything else is updated.
I saw some of your books on there. My family is pretty religious. We go to church pretty much every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I have acolyted at church before, so I'll take a look at some of your books.
Have a look at them, because one of the things that I see a lot of challenges in is a lot of churches don't really teach what the Bible really teaches in many cases, and it comes off as hypocrisy, and that's not what we want to have in our life. We really have to demonstrate what the Bible teaches.
Yes, I agree with you.
And so that's why, so these books, if you haven't seen this is a parody. So this book here is a pure parody. This is, there's a big book that was going around in several big church growth churches that's like how to be a neighbor and all this kind of stuff. And I read the book, and it was, to quote a friend of mine, this book is parodies itself. So I literally wrote a parody of that book talking about, in the last quarter of the book, that's not a quarter. Last sixth maybe of the book is an apology what is actually wrong with the first book because of how much it ignored what the Bible said. This book is actually how to grow as a Christian, as the Bible would teach it. So it talks about salvation, how to grow in Christ, and things like that. So these are DRM-free ebooks. You can download them, and eventually I will have the audiobooks up there as well, so you can listen to
Okay.
them. So, but definitely check those out. Yep. But with that, I'm going to jump off because I didn't plan on being on here for 3 hours, but that's what we did. So thanks for hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, I have tomorrow off. Normally I couldn't string this out this far.
Yeah. All right.
It was good. We got a good group of guys on here, and it's been nice to talk to all you guys. It's been nice to jump on here for my first time as well. So thank you very much.
You as well. So of course the supporters, we're going to try and do this pretty much every Thursday. Like usually I do 7 o'clock Eastern. This week I'll probably do one like Saturday morning, assuming a couple of you are available. Then we'll. That's kind of how this is going to go forward. Then maybe once a month or so, I'll just have one of these open ones. I'm thinking 12:30 Eastern.
Okay, I'll try and hang around here for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just crawl out of bed then.
Yeah. I'll need to see if I'll see if Brian's available. If Brian's not and or you're not and or Ben you're not, then I may not do it. I might just do something random, but I'll send out some emails to everybody before.
I don't think I can make Saturday morning.
You do not think? Okay. All right. Too early, huh?
Other plans.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Yeah, it's kind of an impromptu one, so but we'll see. This week is just kind of getting crazy. So
when are you doing the giveaway again?
I think what I'm gonna do is tomorrow on the news is when I'm gonna do that. Unless I just announce it and I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys have mostly a quorum of supporters. Should I just announce it and give it a week or two and do a random drawing like I did before? Or should I just, whoever's on can be entered? 2 mouse pads, 5 little buttons, and a coffee mug.
Well, you already gave me one of those.
Yeah. Hey, is that free shipping?
I don't want to get too
free shipping
greedy.
to Canada?
I think I've been keeping them at U.S. only for now, just because shipping internationally starts costing too much as far as the giveaway stuff.
Just be thankful you're in the States, because shipping from here to over there is even more, man.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's retarded.
So, yeah, we're going to do United States only. So, so what do you guys think? Should I do the...
think it would be... Yeah, I think it would be better to do more of like a formal like video that's like just going over the giveaway and like doing the drawing and everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because not everybody jumps on to the Friday night news.
Sure.
That's my favorite part of your channel, though, is the Friday night news. I love that.
Oh, that's good. I hopefully I can whittle it down, because I think I have like 25 articles in here, and I try and keep it down to like 10 maybe. Like, I mean, this is the feed of articles.
Yeah, I saw an article today that was about you can now buy homes on Amazon. Like that's something that's going to come up.
Oh joy! All right.
But can they be delivered by drone?
I didn't see that.
Well, there's actually some interesting stuff coming out right now where they can 3D print a house. And so the robot will show up, set itself down, and 3D print your house, and then pick itself up and leave. We're in a crazy world.
Hold on. I have to get my head slapped.
Yeah, there you go. I use this for this, although I did find that I do damage the water bottle when I beat my head with it.
I just got all my Ubuntu upgrades to make it a full working non-beta version.
How many? Too many, I guess.
When is Ubuntu not a beta?
Software Center and the upgrader. Actually, it worked pretty good without anything.
I think what I'll do is I like Quint's idea of doing a video. So I'll announce it during the news, and then I'll do a separate video. And then to enter, you'll just leave a comment of interest in the video. And then I don't collect anything from anybody unless you're a finalist. So like if you're selected, then I just need a United States mailing address to send it to.
Are you going to be using like Gleam or something, or how are you going to do it?
No, what I've done before is I just leave me a comment, I leave a spreadsheet, and then I use a random number generator to pick out who it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's good because I'm on a border town and I do have a U.S. shipping address that I can pick up from.
Okay, good. Yeah, and that's all I have to have is a United States shipping address. That's it. So yeah, you can still enter. But yeah, let me grab what I'm giving away real quick. Hold on.
Well, that chair looks well used. Look at that chair. Look at that chair, Tom. That chair is well used. Turn around and look behind you. That's well used.
Oh, I know. It is well used. Oh, you should see the bottom part.
It's got some battle scars, man. Oh, look at those battle scars. Holy jeez, look at those battle scars. Guys, okay, so my mouse. So I have this mouse. It's a Logitech mouse. It's got nice finger grooves worn in. On the side, you've got these, it's got these grips, right? But the grips have little dots in them that is supposed to be for grip. And then as you go down, it's worn out. There's no grips no more. And as you go down here, I'm worn completely through the rubber, and we're looking at the raw plastic. Like every 2 years, I go through a mouse, and they all go like they're worn out like that every time, man. So
yep.
I feel sorry for your chair.
Yes, so support me so I can eventually buy a new office chair. So
I'm gonna do that. You need a chair.
So I have this guy here. This is the SwitchedtoLinux You Fool mousepad.
Is it good on optic and laser?
It should be. They're very nice mouse pads.
Yeah, Tom, the sub to the cat that I have works fine with optical.
Okay. Yeah, it should be just fine everywhere.
And laser.
That's
This one is the RMRF Linux Code of Conduct mousepad.
I really want to get the Switch to Linux You Fool one, but I'm sort of my current mouse pad here has like this groove where you can like rest your arm on it. That's the only thing that I would not. That's the only issue. I would go for that one. If you can make a Switch to Linux mouse pad that has like an arm groove on it here, I would be happy.
I use oversize exclusively on my main machine, but I have other applications where I need one to carry around. So
I have these guys here for the use on the stream, and then now for you guys in the chat. So these are little buttons. They are the Linux Code of Conduct buttons. I'll just go ahead and give those away.
At first.
Yeah, they're little buttons. Like I got them because I wasn't sure if these are good. I like buying things so I can quality test them, and I really don't like the quality of these, but they are kind of fun. There's only really going to be 5 of them in existence because I'm going to pull them off the website. Actually, this is the old one that was taken down. So yeah.
Any stickers?
No, I don't have stickers.
Okay. I was only wondering because it's something I would put on the back window of my truck.
Yeah, I should look into stickers.
I got a full contractor cap on my truck, and to support something like that would be great on the back of my truck.
And of course, for those of us that like coffee, This
I
is
like
the
T. Does that count?
yes,
That
yes.
also
This does
works
do
for
T.
me.
This is the RMRF No Preserve Root Contributor Code of Conduct.
That red
That
would
works
look
for me.
great with black.
What's that?
That red would look great with black.
Yeah, I can only do white on the outside. The color inside can
I have
be.
that cup. Hang on, I have one of those. Hang on. Not
do
your
you?
brand, but I have one.
Yeah.
Not your brand, but
Yep. All right, so those are what I'm giving away. And I will figure it out by tomorrow. I'm probably going to do the separate video idea. You got one? Nice.
Not one of yours, but I bet we buy them at the same spot. This one here is actually a buddy of mine. He has a band, and they're a bunch of everybody in the band basically has some kind of health ailment. So like that's my dad. He has a hard time walking, bad back. That's my buddy. He has piss poor lungs, so he has an oxygen machine with him. Right, but I bet we buy them at the same spot, same cup.
Well, actually, I would probably wager not. They maybe where the cup itself, because the cup itself is from a separate manufacturer, so the cup probably is, but the place
Could
I get
be,
them
yeah.
printed probably not, because my place I can only put the logo on the front, on the side, or on either side, whereas yours is a full wraparound. So yours, that cup's a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that
Yeah,
cup's
you're
a little
right, it
bit
is.
better. Yep.
Yeah, it is a full wraparound.
Yep. So I can't do full wraparound, unfortunately. I would love to, but I can't.
You want me to find out where they're from?
If you can, find out.
Okay. I'll find
So
out.
I'm doing all my stuff through Spreadshirt, and I like them as a company, so that's kind of
Okay.
why I stick with them. But
Yeah, gotcha.
all right. Oh, Don, good night. Entitled "Rich Kids Waving Things Around Cannot Afford." Unsubbed. All right, TSM. We'll see ya. All right, guys. Well, I will have that figured out hopefully by tomorrow, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll do a separate drawing another time on a live stream. So,
Yeah, it
All
was
right.
really nice. Yeah, it was really nice meeting you. And bye.
you as well. See you later, Quint, and you as well, Jesse. I think that's the first time I met you, so thanks for jumping on, man.
First time being live for sure, and it's been a pleasure.
All right, very good. Hope to talk to you again soon sometime. And Daniel and Ben, good to see you guys again as always.
You as well?
Same
And
here.
we will chat with you guys later.
New distro too.
What's a new distro? All right.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this. So you guys following online, thanks for sticking around. And if you watched all 3 hours, God bless you, but I don't think anybody did. So we'll see you guys later.
Somebody's left viewing.
I'm glad I don't have